This is Sean.
This is Kevin.
And this is the One Other Thing, number 32.
32. Yeah, 32 is a good number.
We'll
explain why later, but I think it's a nice to have being an even number in this episode. I do like that.
I'll be honest, I never thought we were going to hit a number that began with a 3, other than maybe episode.
Yeah, I know. I never thought we'd go. It's actually more fingers and toes than I have. I didn't think we'd get that high.
Exactly. So here we are, and if you're with us, well, welcome. Glad to have you with us. We've got chaos behind us. The wife's going to be so pissed. But you know what? It's getting to be that Amazon season, box. And we're going to get to that. Yeah, you entirely see shit all over the place. It's great.
Clean out this place.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have to blur the background on this one.
Yeah.
Actually, why haven't we done
We're already going to blur because why?
I don't know.
That's too much effort.
I'm just wondering, can people zoom in and now steal my identity? You fuckers.
Oh yeah, they can see that sticker on the side of the box with the barcode.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah. Just going to steal whatever. And you know what that is? If I'm not mistaken, that is, in fact.
Yeah, that's the.
It is.
Yeah, green screen.
It is our green screen.
Yeah.
I finally pulled the trigger there, folks, and so that's on its way. And pretty soon we'll have basically a photo of this, right?
Yes. Well, that's my goal because I think it's hilarious to take a picture of a clean version of the room, not what we see now.
Yes.
But a clean version of the room and then use it as a green screen. That way you'll never know which house we're in.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That is great. So we're enjoying all the amenities of this fine studio, which is all the Amazon Christmas shopping that's coming in, along with all the various noises you get in a house that is just not set up for doing a podcast.
No. But that's one thing I plan on reorganizing and making an actual room, a studio, sort of.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I still think that I don't know how the hell we do it with the power situation, but I still think we should potentially rent something at one point, even though we're throwing too much money at this anyway. But we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
But either way, with that, I almost think that's a good segue to jump right into things. And I don't even think I've finished introducing or welcoming people. But, again, if you're a long-time listener, thank you so much. Love to have you back, friends. If you are a first-time listener, welcome. Yeah. This is pretty much what you're getting. So
yes, we talk about stuff.
If you're waiting for it to happen,
yes,
it's not gonna. Yeah. This is it right here.
Yeah, actually, no,
I got nothing. So yeah, if you're waiting for that thing, I'm sorry, we're probably going to disappoint in that front. But
at least my wife's the only one that's not disappointed or is disappointed.
Wow, I don't even know where we went with that one, but yeah, you're just asking for it though lately. It's just a good thing she doesn't listen. But I have noticed that the few shows where you do say something stupid about your wife, it just so happens that somehow the fates align in such a way that she ends up hearing just that portion.
It's very possible, but I think COVID is helping because we're with each other a lot, and she's like, I don't need extra time with you.
Nice.
So I got that going for me. So she's not listening to all the podcasts.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I'm actually behind.
Yeah.
I swear I'm one of our biggest fans. I listen to our show. And I'm telling you, it pains me. It breaks my heart at some level, but I honestly laugh at our show. Yeah. There's something wrong with that.
And I put in way too much effort on the YouTube version of the show with the animations and the titles. I don't know why I spent so much time on it. I just want it to be just right.
You do good work, yeah.
I got fade-ins going on with the audio.
I love it because I get to see, and we all get to see, the learning curve.
Yes, I definitely. Yeah, I looked at my first YouTube because I think we're up to 20 episodes on YouTube now.
Oh my God.
I know it's actually quite a bit, and I go back and I look to see my first ones. I'm like, yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Things weren't right. Pop-ups were showing up. And things weren't right.
Well, this whole show's been an evolution.
Yeah.
I mean, sadly, folks, this is so much better than the first episode.
Yes, we sound better.
We sound so much better. We've just come so far in so many ways, and we'll continue to.
Yes. I've been practicing my radio voice.
On episode 64, we're going to look back and say, wow, what a crappy episode 32 was.
Yes. When I'm 64. It's like a Beatles song.
It's awesome. But, it's great having everybody with us. And, without further ado, I'm going to say that we actually have a bunch of nothing to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, I was off work last week with Thanksgiving week. We did an episode in the middle of Thanksgiving, but there really wasn't that much there other than our normal stuff. But then I did stuff from that day on till today.
Yeah.
So actually participate in life in between.
Okay.
Well, I had to finish Diablo 3 first. Once I finished Diablo 3.
I was going to say, Diablo 3, that season came out. I think we did talk about it shortly before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we did that.
Yeah, it usually takes me. My goal is to try to finish in 24 hours for Diablo 3, but this took me a few days, which annoyed me.
This was a bit tougher. They raised the bar on us a little bit.
Yeah.
They made the season a little tougher to complete,
Yep.
and we both kind of swore we weren't going to do it because it's just a pain right in the ass.
And it ended up being not as much of a pain in the ass I thought it was going to be.
Absolutely not. It was still fun to do, actually, even though the game's odd.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate it at some levels. I wonder why I play it, and I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm pretty sure we already beat the game like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But we're still playing it.
Absolutely thrilled with my choice of Necro, too. And it was a pain in the ass in a lot of ways, and every time I'd see you on the barb, I'm like, God, I'm so much better at a barb. But you know what? Glad I chose what I did.
Yeah, I like doing the barb. Now I do like my strategy. Like I didn't mind doing the Demon Hunter or the Witch Doctor, but I like having the barb as the farming guy.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy that.
Yep. I like their little PvP. You don't typically beat each other up in that game.
Oh, that was hilarious.
We
I was
tried
like,
it once because Kevin was so much stronger than me.
I was being so cocky. I was like, oh, I'll kick your ass.
Completely just
one hit.
Him. That was it.
Gone. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yep.
He had second light turned on, though.
I did.
I did not.
I kept it alive. But honestly, I thought about it. I'm like, he wouldn't have beat me anyway because I wouldn't have let you come near me.
Yeah.
I only let you run at me because I was fucking around, you know? I would if I knew we were fighting, I wouldn't have actually let you come anywhere near me.
It's like one hit. I was like, wow. Man, you're tougher than the biggest boss in the game I played so far. I was like, Jesus, one hit.
I don't know. The toughest boss in that game is still a door.
Oh, doors are tough in that game. That's why the barb has no problem with the doors. You just blast right through them.
Yep.
Yeah, so I do like that.
That's awesome. But it depends on the build, actually. Whirlwind you can go right through. Yep. But anywho, well, we were just talking about this before the show, but I thought I'd share it with our friends because we've had it on, brought it up before. But December 10th is coming quick, and what are we talking? 7 days? 8 days from today, right?
Yep.
No, today's 3rd. So
Today's
7 days from today.
Yep.
They say Cyberpunk is coming out.
And that means that I'm gonna have a lot less time to, do stuff.
It's awesome. Get your Christmas shopping done
I
now.
actually have completed my Christmas shopping. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
I have not. But you know what? Actually, before we go back to Cyberpunk, Christmas shopping is on my list, so we might as well go there.
Yep.
Shipping. Everybody is shipping. Everybody.
Yeah, it's in the news today that UPS had to stop taking orders, deliveries from certain stores like Macy's because they can't handle it.
Yeah.
So they would have to take a break.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Get your stuff in now because if you do that, you're gonna get the husband tax. If you wait
and
another
it
week.
Is brutal husband tax. This is like asshole husband tax.
Yeah.
This is this is husband tax amplified because it is way more expensive. I had a item on Amazon that was for whatever reason had a mid-January arrival date, and I'm like, okay, that won't do. Yeah. Item was like $15, and then I look and it says you can have it rush shipped 2-day air, $40.
It's more than the
I'm
actual
like, on a $15 item.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
So yeah, we just removed that. I'm like, oh, Santa dropped that.
Well, you can take it and just do it. If I had family members do that, we'd take a picture and then wrap that up.
That's fantastic.
When you open up, like, this is what you're going to be getting.
That's great.
Eventually.
Yeah. Eventually, you will have this.
Yes.
This will be yours.
That
makes sense, though. I mean,
tracts of land.
That's more of a like, oops, I effed up. Yeah. Like when things come late, you do that. Yeah. Or, you can always do the cutesy things like if you buy a big TV, don't try to wrap that goddamn thing. Wrap the remote.
Yeah.
Do everyone a favor. Yeah. Just wrap their damn remote.
Yes. I'll take an LG OLED 60. Oh, sorry.
That's awesome.
P.O. box. No,
kidding. What I wanted. So yeah, we're going to be talking about Christmas a lot on this episode, but you'll hear why momentarily. But with that said, seriously, start your Christmas shopping early because shipping is going to take forever.
Yep.
So yeah, there's your disclaimer. I'll try to say it again. But anyway, Cyberpunk. So the 10th.
Yep.
What do you think?
They've delayed it a couple times. I think I've said this before. I think that their marketing department wasn't communicating. Not that I'm not saying they're a trustworthy company, but it was clear their marketing department wasn't talking to the technology department.
The reason we're laughing is Kevin's just blindly defending this company before the thing. And don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of good things. It's just my argument is this. They have no credibility at this point. And it's really simple. I'll tell you this story, and I'll paraphrase, but there was this little boy once, and he used to always cry wolf.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a wolf.
Yeah.
And eventually they killed that little boy.
He did. They killed the boy.
Maybe I didn't remember the story
This
correctly.
Christmas stories, I don't know. We're going back to the pagan roots here, I think, with Christmas.
I remember that story accurately.
Jeez, yeah. And the kid died.
There's some moral here somewhere.
Jeez. Wow.
So don't. It's not good to cry wolf.
Yeah. You will die.
That's the important part. Yes. So
yes.
I do.
So Cyberpunk is dead to him now. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I'm looking forward to it, and I really hope I'm playing it on December 10th, thereabouts. 2020.
Yeah,
to be exact.
2020. Yeah, this calendar year. Yeah. But my theory, and I'm not fly on the wall in the place, but they were a company about yay big.
Oh, yeah.
When Witcher 3 came out. They did Witcher 1, nobody gave a crap. Witcher 2, people cared a little bit more. Witcher 3, they're like, oh my god, and this is the best game ever. And then they had really good, their consumer-friendly policies, and their regular pack is what other people's deluxe packs were with games. Included a bunch of
they're
stuff.
a great company, yeah.
Great company. So, but I think they said over the past couple of years while they're developing Cyberpunk, they've grown so much, bigger offices, more people, and when that happens, sometimes gets things out of your control. And your marketing department was very clear when that one email, the text Twitter went out where he says, the guy, I'm taking off work on whenever it was, November 15th. Yeah. And I'm going to take off work, can I? And they're like, yes, you can. And they're like,
fuck.
Oh, no. And the guy's...
No, he didn't say, oh, no. It was just...
Yeah, he did swear on the Twitter. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure somebody tapped him on the shoulder and go, when you said...
Oh, yeah, and it sucked, too.
Yeah.
It sucked to be that dude. Like, about that?
Yeah, what you didn't know, and I'm not sure what the holdup was. I've heard some speculation that because they're releasing all platforms simultaneously, they had to have a 0-day patch to fix something on one of the platforms, probably the new platforms. I hear the PC and I hear the PS4 because there's PS4 discs and warehouses already. Mm-hmm. There's leaks of Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So people have... Probably people working at like Walmart and stuff already had the PS4 version of the game.
Yeah.
So it's already been out there. So that means they're done for the most part.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get the 0-day patch fixed and ready to go for all these platforms.
Yeah.
So, but the marketing department screwed up.
Well, this is my point. They destroyed their own credibility.
Yeah.
And the two things are not mutually exclusive. Meaning, like, let's pretend we have this friend Roger. Roger's a great fucking guy. We love Roger.
Yeah.
You just can't trust a goddamn thing he says.
Yeah. And I've been burned a lot in video game companies, have been over the years. Every one of them has broke my heart. BioWare, man, you broke my heart, man. You're my Fredo.
That's awesome.
Yes.
You're my Fredo.
You're my Fredo. Oh,
That's
did
great.
You break my heart when they put out that last BioWare, what do you call it, Mass Effect? Oh, they broke my heart. Could have been such a good game.
Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect, technically 4. Mass Effect 3, they broke my heart a little bit, but I pulled through it, didn't ruin my childhood. But Mass Effect 4 was the new one, and they're like, the lip sync wasn't even right. They went backwards in technology. Everyone made fun of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was a good game, and they eventually got better, but then they left the game hanging at the end, and they're like, well, we didn't make any money, so you want to know what happens? Here's a magazine you can read, a comic book.
Wow.
That's how they ended it.
That's rough.
I was like, oh.
Like, we don't give enough of a shit to actually finish your story.
But Mass Effect is not dead. BioWare is going back to it.
Doing the remaster?
And the remaster, I forget when they said they actually announced it officially. It was all like, when's it coming out? And it's coming out, I forget, March, I think. February, March. The remastered version.
I read it. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's coming out early in the first quarter next year. And they said, that's what the game needed. And the game BioWare needs some, win back our, love. Yeah. Because they screwed up so much. They did. The Anthem game they put out sucked.
They're not
no
alone.
one played it.
I mean, there's been I honestly, I think it's almost every company.
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing, Blizzard.
Yeah.
Thanks for Diablo Immortal, fuckers.
Jesus.
Yeah. We're huge Diablo fans. I just actually, skipping ahead, I just bought Diablo 2 again. Not for nothing, man. $10 for Diablo 2.
Yeah.
$10 for the expansion. It's entirely well worth it even now. Yes, the graphics are dated. The game's fucking awesome.
I actually considered, with all the sales and all, buying another laptop. Not a laptop like this. A laptop that specifically, I'm going to load like Windows 95 on it and play old-ass games on it.
That's funny. That's something I still want your help with. I want a VM for literally every system, every version of Windows.
Yeah.
Specifically, though, I want to be able to play Civ 2.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I want Civ 2.
Yeah.
I can't play it on anything, and it drives me crazy. Where are you, good old games, when I need you?
Yeah. I get it working. Which is funny. This is now you said that. This Windows when you emulate a another Windows operating system, it's before you lose like 50% of the performance. It's just totally garbage.
Okay.
Shouldn't
matter when
it shouldn't matter when you're in an old game.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing: is Apple finally released their own CPU. It's an ARM processor CPU, which is the same thing the Raspberry Pi runs.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a way beefed up version of it. It has a built-in like x86 CPU set in it. It emulates Windows better than Windows emulates Windows.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's like 60 or 75% of the speed, whereas Windows can't emulate that fast.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So this actually says when Windows X comes out, it's gonna be an ARM-based version of Windows 10.
Yeah.
It's gonna run better on a Mac than it will on a PC.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I believe that though. Windows just got Microsoft got too big for their britches, I think.
I think that's why they're releasing a new version of Windows. It's like a light version of Windows that is supposed to be on lighter duty machines with using an ARM processor.
Well,
that's all you need. You don't need these big beefy things.
I really don't know what Linux's problem is though. Like, it's just not user friendly enough. Like they've had all this time, they should make it so. I mean, I know it's easy for like I've certainly loaded it before and been like, okay, this seems to work, but
it's easier, but you have to be really picky on the flavor you get.
Yeah.
Each flavor is easier than some others, and Ubuntu is my favorite.
Yep,
but there's a lot.
What I used.
There's a lot more easier ones even than that's out there now. That the whole point they got together, and they usually take Ubuntu or some Debian-based version of Linux, and they're like, okay, how do we make this more like Linux or Windows and more user friendly? And they're out there, and people do like them. So
it seems to me like that's a cash cow waiting to happen because it's basically I can almost write your marketing for you. It's like just like Windows, but it works.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And I installed, I think it's OpenOffice. I forget which version of
I've used OpenOffice for years. It's great.
I opened a Visio document and it came out perfect. Yeah. And I was like, this thing is better.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly.
And it was quick. I liked it.
And it's free, and who doesn't love that?
Yeah, it was awesome.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Linux, it's not. I like Windows just because I know how to use it. Yeah. It's not that I'm loyal to Microsoft in any way. But Linux, the thing just doesn't crash.
Yeah, I use at my office when I used to go to my office. My left hand, I have a monitor on my left hand with a Raspberry Pi hooked to it, running the Raspbian OS on it.
Okay.
So I use that for a bunch of testing and Citrix and virtual emulation, and I have it's called Synergy. It's a network KVM. So I just move my mouse over to the Linux box, and there's my mouse and keyboard.
Nice.
Move it back to my computer, and I'm using that. So I use it all the time for testing. But it has a nice GUI in it. It does everything, web browsing, and I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, it's rock solid too.
Yeah. Doesn't crash.
Well, I can tell you, my one PC, I used to run a Windows based, and now I run a Mac OS, and basically performance-wise works pretty much exactly the same. I don't notice any performance differences. Maybe the Mac might work a little better, but what I do notice is I don't need to reboot it every 3 to 4 days.
It's the way the memory management is handled in Unix and Linux operating systems. It's much better than Windows.
It just works.
Yeah.
Like I said, just like Windows, but it works.
The nice thing is that, and not that I'm trying to be a Mac salesman at all, but now that Apple has their own chipset, they're not using Intel anymore. Mm-hmm. You can still run Intel apps on it because it has that automatic called Rosetta 2 that automatically lets still run the Intel apps on there, even though it's not an Intel CPU. It's like $6.99 for a new Mac Mini, and it destroys the Mac Mini you have now. I mean, totally destroys it.
Wow. So you could actually just run all your Windows programs?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Because, Windows is, again, it's what I know how to use. Now, to be clear, I liked Ubuntu there.
Ubuntu, yeah.
Yeah, that one. But I'm not crazy about apples. I can't figure out how to use them because they're so freaking stupid. Yeah. Check it out, everybody. Who doesn't love kittens?
No, but if you use it as a server, you can pretty much set it and forget it kind of thing.
Without a doubt. As a server, they're awesome. Yeah. Yep, kitty's climbing me now.
New kitties.
Yep, kitties are terrors.
Yeah.
But, again, it's just ease of use for me. The Windows I know how to use. The Apples are so freaking easy, I will never figure them out. Yeah. Like, how do you delete something? I'll be stumped forever. And it's drag it to the trash can. I'm like, that would never occur to me.
Yeah, never. Yeah, I told you the story the first time I used one back in like the 90s where they had CD-ROM drives with no eject button on them, and I couldn't figure out how, as a Windows user.
We have a guest star.
I couldn't, it doesn't show up, she doesn't show up in the camera.
Guest star. This is Velma, everybody.
Velma. I couldn't figure out how to eject the CD-ROM drive because there's no eject button, and I'm used to back then it was Windows 3.1 was the OS of choice, and there was no eject button. I was like, it was totally like I'm like, how do you open this? So you drag the CD to the trash, and
not in a million years would I figured that
I had to ask, and I don't like asking questions when it comes to computers very often.
Oh, I keep Googling stuff on Apple's, and they're the dumbest questions ever, though.
Yeah.
It's just like,
how do you? Yeah.
How do I Google stuff on an Apple?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's bad. It's just it's so intuitive that and Windows has broken me after a lifetime of just abuse.
Yeah.
I can't figure out the intuitiveness.
Yeah, as a work machine, it's easier for me because Apples have the multiple workspaces built into it, where I just move my mouse wheel left and right. It's a whole different desktop.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome.
It's that, and the fact that you can do a lot of stuff, the command prompt that you have to install in Windows for it to work, the secure shells into servers and stuff like that. So as a work machine, it makes more sense. And you can compile Linux programs in them because it's basically Unix.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much put anything you want in this thing.
Yeah.
If it's not made for it, you can compile it and make it work for it.
That's awesome.
So that's why I always said that. I use a Mac like a man, not like a teenage girl.
That's great. Like a man, not like a teenage girl. That is awesome. Yes. That is definitely, I think that's a biker patch somewhere.
I've been wanting to figure out what kind of tattoo, and I think that might...
That's fantastic. Yes. That could be the one.
Yeah, it's the one. Someday I want to get a tattoo.
Yeah, we were going to do that. That's definitely a future show because I've got this rule about pandemics.
Yeah,
I'm weird like this, but no tattoos during pandemics. That's my rule. And I'm sorry, all you tattoo artists trying to make a living, but seriously, dude, I'm not risking that shit.
If I'm going to get Hep C, I want to do it when there's not just breathe in the normal air.
There's that.
I want to come from the needle.
Then again, keep in mind, the pandemic is basically just, it's basically like positive reinforcement for the behavior I've been displaying all these years.
Yeah, it's like, I told you I was right, staying home.
About time you all sold my way.
Yeah, I know. Jeez, I've been practicing this since I was born.
That's what I told my boss. I said, I've been practicing social distancing since 75. But yeah, that's awesome. Man, good stuff. So, what else has been going on with you? I know I just wrote.
I got a list.
I wrote medical stuff. I've had some medical stuff lately, and that sucked.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. So yeah, that was yesterday actually. So I'm recovering from not yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Jesus, yeah, it was yesterday.
Oh.
That's how good the drugs they give you are. They are, and they knocked me out. Then I still can't fucking speak a day later. Pretty much, yeah. A day later, and I still feel less than 100%. I'll say that. But anyway,
I never feel like 100% anyway, so it's all right. You're not my speed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, come down to my level.
But what about you? What else has been going on?
All right, so what's been going on? So first I completed a video game.
Okay.
I spoke about this game. It's a game called Sekiro. And remember I told you I played this game before, and I can tell you exactly how long I played it. I played it for 8 hours. So I'm like, well, let me start over. So I played it.
Great. It's 8 hours and 10 minutes.
I was 10 minutes from the end. I was literally 10 minutes from the end. I was right there.
That is awesome.
I was like, and it's one of those games where it is pretty, these From Software games are pretty twisty-turny.
Yeah.
And they like the fact that when you start a game, there's a door behind you that's locked. Eventually, we get through the entire game. It's all interconnected, and you finally open that door, and now you got a shortcut going backwards.
Yeah.
So their games are all like that. They're interlock kind of games, and I was one door away.
Oh, that's great.
So it is a good game. I do recommend it. I still like Bloodborne more. Okay. I like the mysterious. It's very much mysterious, and I guess I like the lore of the H.P. Lovecraft kind of stuff more than the Japanese lore.
Okay.
It was a very interesting game. I think you would like it.
It was a pretty game too, from what I saw.
Very pretty game. They added verticality to their games they didn't have in previous games. Because when the game, you've seen all the game. No spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil anything in the game. But when the game starts, the first battle in the game, you can try to win all you want. Even if you win, you lose and get your arm cut off.
Oh, okay.
And they replace it with a mechanical, looks like a skeleton hand,
nice.
And it gives you ability to powers, kind of like grappling hooks and stuff like that in the game, or flames or firecrackers. Nothing like crazy magical, but firecrackers, just like the big technology, that's
No, just
scares the monsters.
The bionic arm is completely plausible.
Yeah,
so, nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy, but you pretty much can like work away on rooftops, like just basically working from rooftop to rooftop. Yeah. So it's like a ninja kind of thing, or they call it shinobi in this game.
I've noticed games have actually done that more and more, though. They've worked on, like Spider-Man nailed it, but I mean, they've worked on different movement mechanics.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun bouncing around, especially from height. As we know, no fall damage is a beautiful thing.
Yes. In this game, if there is fall damage if you fall far enough. But the game is very interesting. So it's a big loop, and obviously the whole plot is this divine heir child. He gets kidnapped, and you're trying to rescue him, and you fight against undead and giant snakes, and so it's a very pretty windy game. And apparently it's 3 endings, so which is very popular from software games. They never have one ending.
Yep.
So I had the one ending, which it's hard to tell. I don't know if they really ever have good endings.
Okay.
These games are kind of like dark. So I might play it 2 more times, but there's other games I need to play. I might just look up the YouTube videos on these things. But
were you pleased with your ending? Did you feel satisfied?
I felt like I got the goodish ending, where I saved the divine heir, I killed my old man.
Nice. I hate to admit this.
Yeah.
I felt a real sense of accomplishment when I finished this season of Diablo.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I was just like, yeah.
It's like, hey, this is
just
I know.
change those ones and zeros, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I did. I made those ones and zeros what I wanted them to be.
So I was very happy that I beat Sekiro, but I was very upset at myself. I'm like, all I had to do was load my last save. I would have been done like 5 hours ago.
But you didn't want to miss the story that I'm skipping. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the problem I had.
The logic doesn't make sense.
Well, no, because I didn't want to get. It wasn't the story I was worried about. I was getting lost because it's kind of a maze.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I hit all the right ways and stuff, and I still had to pull out a guide. I had to pull out a guide for the first few times I played Bloodborne because I'm like, what path are you supposed to take? Because the game's a jerk. All the games are a jerk. If you take the wrong path, you know how they tell you you're taking the wrong path? You get destroyed in one hit. Okay. That means you're not strong enough to come this way yet. So you need to work on it before you come here.
Gotcha.
So it's easier if you have a guide with these kind of games to say, okay, this is the path the game meant you to go.
Yeah.
Turn left here, not right. It's really something arbitrary as that.
Yeah.
It's like you got to take the right turn because they burn you if you take the wrong turn.
Yeah.
And these games are very famous for you to come up. You can see a cliff at the end, walk up, there's a little ledge, and as soon as you walk up to it, something pushes you off the edge and you die.
Yeah.
It's famous for those things.
That's great.
Which people like.
That's a good scare.
It's a good scare. It's like, yes, I got to work my way back up the stuff, get all the money or gems or whatever the hell I lost at the spot you die.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's just...
It's awful, but it's great.
It's awful great.
It's developers trolling you. I mean, you both hate it and love it.
They're trolling. So on the PS5, they remastered Demon Souls, so that's all the rage. So that's apparently the game that started it all, and a lot of people consider that better than the first 2 Dark Souls games.
Yep.
So I think I want to play that on the PS5 when I get it sometime in April or May next year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I'll get it. I'm just in no rush,
Yeah, it's fine.
They filed a patent. I read a little thing about the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
Might have 2 graphics cards.
Oh.
That'll be pricey as hell. Those are the graphics cards that are going for like a G a piece, right?
Yeah, because I start looking for a new video card because I want to build a computer eventually, probably early next year maybe, because I want to be able to play Cyberpunk with ray tracing.
Okay. Yeah.
And the video card I want is between $1,300 to $1,600.
Jesus.
Just for the video card, I could build the whole rest of the computer for like $600.
Yep.
Video card, $1,300 to $1,600 right now.
That's outrageous.
I know.
As always, let me know what you get.
Yeah.
I only buy a laptop because of you, I think.
Well, I don't
need a laptop anymore.
This laptop will play Cyberpunk just fine. You just wanted the ray tracing.
Well,
It'll play just fine.
But no, I mean, in general, I don't buy desktops anymore. I buy laptops, and it's because of you.
Oh, so we can play together, yeah.
Yeah.
I have both. I have the desktop because I like to have something hooked to my TV at home and be like a console kind of thing. And I just sit back with my controller and just play.
Actually, you should be proud of me. How much shit I have hooked to that one TV in there.
I know. You got a lot.
I got a lot going on there.
Yeah. I'm sorry I haven't blown a fuse.
I just keep collecting shit and plugging it. Like, look, I have plugged this system in too.
Yeah. Plug it all in. Thank God TVs use way less energy than they used to.
Well, yeah.
It was like a tube TV. Oh, my God.
I mean, it's only technically one thing running at a time, really. It's just a lot plugged in. And yeah, the kiddies love this show because of the cables.
Yes, cables.
So that's why we're being assaulted.
So that's that. And I did play Diablo 3, but so those are all I have played so far. So what am I going to play next? Probably Cyberpunk. Because that's coming out in a week.
Yeah, 10 days. So, yeah, you're going to have to find something. You're not going to make it a week without playing something.
Yeah, I may play something. There was something else I wanted to play. I forget what it was. A game I started and didn't finish. I have to think about it.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, I'll figure it out.
Well, yeah, when all else fails, you can play the what did I buy on Steam or one of these other systems, or what did I get for free from Epic that I've never played. You know, tons of games out
Basically,
there.
Yeah.
That's always a fun game. But I like the Steam version only because I know I bought it.
Yeah.
Like the Epic's fun, but it could be anything. It could be games you don't like. I like when I'm going through my Steam library and I'm like, I've never heard of this game.
Yeah.
But I liked it enough to buy it one day.
Yeah. The GOG. I've been those Black Friday sales. I did buy a couple like really cheap games because I was like, one, I probably already had it, because I purchased Unreal Tournament, editor's version, but I wanted a GOG version.
I almost want to buy it just because $2, seriously. That's so worth
it. And I like GOG because I don't have to have Steam running to play it, and it's not, so I can just install it wherever I want.
My only real bitch about GOG, actually I have two. One would be, I don't know how to buy gift cards for them.
You can't buy gift cards, but you can gift a game.
Yeah.
I looked up how to do it.
That's, what do you call that? Annoying as fuck is what you call that.
Yeah.
That's no good. Why don't you sell gift cards?
I know. But I can tell you what games I want.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I want people to buy me gift cards.
Oh, I know what game I want
You're
in
not
there.
picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, I know. There's a game I do want on there that, but yeah, it's still too expensive.
I actually requested a game too, and they still haven't gotten to it. Although I didn't request a game, I just thought about it, and they got that one, which was Warlords 3, Dark Lords Rising, old turn-based game. I still haven't actually played it, although I did load it. I love that game. But Civ 2, seriously, get on the stick. Where's my Civ 2?
I know.
But
what
game's too expensive?
I'm not telling you. You might buy it.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually working that angle, but that is very true. I can't argue with that.
No.
But
no.
The one that's on my list that's too rich for my blood, and I mean that in every sense of the word, too rich, is Red Dead.
That's the game I'm going to play next.
Okay. See, that's too. You can't play that with 7 days before Cyberpunk.
Oh, if I don't need sleep like I have been doing.
Oh, okay. Then maybe you can.
I think I could do it.
I realize the smoke breaks too, man, because I'm constantly smoking.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help. Like that makes. In fact, just now that I've said it, I want to say it. But yeah. Oh my God, it sucks to be an addict.
I rewatched yesterday because I like that movie. The Beatles thing.
Absolutely.
And I didn't catch it the first time I watched it, where the guy said, I'm sorry I quit smoking. I wish I could get a cigarette. And the guy's like, cigarette? What's a cigarette? I thought that was awesome. Yeah. I didn't catch it the first time. That cigarettes no longer existed if the Beatles didn't exist. That's just a weird...
They took a lot of liberties there.
Yeah, they did. No Coca-Cola
and
no cigarettes. I was like, wow.
I actually looked that up. Like, why would that be? And there's no reason.
They
just decided, like, well, anything could happen.
We'll make something different. Yeah, it's a chaos theory kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that... Where was I going with this? I'm an addict. All I can think is,
you're talking about cigarettes. I was trying to distract him from cigarettes by telling him a story
that's fantastic.
about cigarettes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. That is something you do, though.
I'm going to distract you so you don't think about smoking.
Let's talk about nicotine.
Let's talk about nicotine. I just realized what I did there.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
My boss asked me once if
what's wrong with me?
I was trying to quit, and I'm always trying to quit. But my boss asked me, "Is there anything you can replace it with?" And I said, "Oh, I'm thinking of taking up meth."
Meth. Yeah.
But I just don't know. I don't.
Yeah. What's as addictive? Yeah.
But be that as it may, boy, we digress. Well, just let this be a lesson to everybody. As I said, medical stuff, not fun, all related to cancer and smoking, which you shouldn't do. It does pay the piper. So, kids, if you're listening, once again, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are your parents?
Yeah, where are your parents? Yes.
You shouldn't be listening, kids. Yeah. But seriously, don't smoke. It sucks, dude. It's just not fun, and I am a junkie. So maybe one day I'll quit. And my God, it'll be like winning the lottery for me.
Yeah.
Just all that money I won't be spending.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
But speaking of money and Christmas and shopping.
Yes.
Well, we literally don't really talk much anymore without this show. So are we doing a shopping day this year?
Oh, I would like to do a shopping day. I have purchased all my gifts. Yeah. But basically, there's a store we go to for stocking stuffers. Yep. And Yeah, and that's something that it's a nice tradition.
Absolutely, I concur. That's funny. It's funny because I definitely thought about that already, even though we hadn't spoke about it. And Mickles had asked if we were doing that, and I kind of gave one of those answers like, I just kind of presumed we.
Yeah, it's what we do. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, how does one make a tradition? You do it repeatedly.
Yeah, and we've done it just about every year. I think we have done it every year.
That's my problem too. I have no concept of time.
Yeah.
So like I don't like we've been hanging out so freaking long. Well, shit, we're on episode 32. If the first time we met was the first show we did. Holy shit, I can't believe we've been hanging out that long. No, but we've been hanging out so many years now. I'm like, how did that happen? Like we're just like
that. Yeah. So. And all started with the one other thing.
It really did. Actually.
Stay tuned to find out why.
I really. Oh, that's funny. I love that. Yeah. Oh boy,
it's true.
That's good.
It is true.
Well, that brings me to a couple things actually. On that note, so if you are a fan or a listener, or if you just wish God we'd stop, and you're out there and you're dying to know. What in the fuck is the one other thing?
The one other thing, yes.
Well, ask us and we might tell you. And what I mean by that is we've got rules.
Yes.
I think the rules were simply you can't be related and we can't know you.
Right.
Yes. So if we know you on a personal level, you don't qualify.
No.
We can't answer your question.
No.
If you are related to us in some way, I'm sorry, we cannot answer your question. Yeah. But if you do not fall into either of those categories and you somehow still want to know what the one other thing is, write in and we'll tell you. But I will use that as a segue to kind of tease what we're going to talk about next.
Yep.
You will have a little bit of a wait, though.
Yes.
To get the answer. And so before we get into that, Kevin, if they want to write to us and they want to ask what in the hell is the one other thing about, or why do you guys keep talking, or you are clogging my internet, please stop.
Please stop. Yeah, I've actually had somebody complain that I didn't send out enough emails to our email list.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
don't even know what to make of that.
Yeah.
Somebody requested spam, basically.
Yeah, somebody requested spam mail, but no, I haven't really hit in the spam. Basically, I advertise either on our website or our Facebook page. I've been pretty.
I thought you did a great job, though. Yeah, you always seem to send out an announcement like, hey, we just posted something. Or...
Yeah, so it seems to be pretty good. So, so if you go to our website, tootcast.net, you check us out. We got many links to our YouTube site, to Patreon. Our entire catalog of episodes are there now. Whole catalog of it now. But yeah, you can email us at tootcast.net and tell us to either shut up or ask about the one other thing. We will tell you.
And apparently I'm the official responder now.
I'm not good. I can't even respond to text.
I'm so text impaired. You've run across that. Like if you want to get a hold of me, you go ahead and text me and I will get back to you like within a minute or whenever.
Or you might forget. Yeah.
Actually, we had that last week. I think it was after the show. Or no, it was when we were playing Diablo. I got a text from my wife. This was sometime after Thanksgiving. We were playing Diablo.
Yeah.
And it said, can you go get that box off the porch? It's raining. Mm-hmm. And it also said 6:45.
Yeah.
And I looked at my clock, which said roughly 9:30, I think it was.
Yes.
And so I went and got the box. It was quite wet. And I brought it inside. And when she came home, and I told you I was going to do this.
Yes.
I said, I got it the minute I saw the text.
The minute.
The very minute I saw the text, which is 100% accurate.
100%. No lies there.
I should have been a lawyer, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I then I then kind of fessed up because I immediately told her. I said, just so you know, that was 3 hours after you sent me the text.
Yes. I would have fessed up.
But the minute I saw the text, I got it.
Weak sauce.
Yeah, it's just, well, honestly, I don't, and she knows this. If you want to get a hold of me, call me. And if you're lucky, I'll pick up. Text me, and I may notice, I may not. It's nothing personal. I don't notice text for some reason. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not good at it either. I'm a terrible communicator.
I really am. Yeah. Yep. I've accused you of such, actually, now that I think about it.
I try, though.
You've gotten so much better. You're very conscious of it.
Yeah, I try. That's the thing that I was watching Adam Savage, which I do love his videos. He was one of the Mythbusters. Yep. And I love his day builds. And, yeah, he answered questions. And just recently he asked a question. He goes, he talked about, how, forgiving people for making mistakes and stuff like that. Sometimes his questions get deep on that show. And he just said that you can tell there's a couple types of people. Even his partner used to have in Mythbusters. If there was something he didn't like or bothered him, he would try to correct it. It may not be 100%, but you try to correct it. And he goes, and some people just don't give a crap.
Yeah.
They're going to do the same thing to you no matter what you say.
Yep.
And I try to be of the ilk that I want to be the person that says, okay, I will make an effort.
Yeah.
You know, I may fail, but I'm going to make an effort.
Oh, I'm constantly evolving, which is tragic.
Yeah. It's taking too long.
You don't know how bad it was.
Yeah. Yes.
But no, I'm constantly. It sucks actually. Honestly, ignorance truly is bliss. If I could, I'd sign up in a heartbeat. I'd sign you up too, buddy. I mean, it would just.
Life would be easier.
The self-evaluation is brutal. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
As I put it, I'll never live up to my expectations, and it's both what drives me to do more and is crippling at the same token. It's a brutal existence. Luckily for me, I don't know how to do it anyway, so it's not really a decision. It just is what it is.
I think that's why sometimes I recharge alone late at night, because you don't have to worry about who I'm bothering or offending, or am I saying something wrong. You know, I do get crippled too. You know, it's like I don't want to say the wrong thing. I used to be really, really nervous coming over here when I first started
coming over here.
Oh yeah, when I first started coming over here.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you didn't want to say the one other thing.
No, I didn't want to say the one other thing, and every now and then I get hit by his wife. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, and actually it's gotten worse since then.
Gotten worse.
Now she hits you on a regular basis.
Yeah, I know.
And,
so I'm not improving or something.
I generally cheer because if she's hitting him, then I'm safe.
Yeah. So
I got a head start.
So I get nervous. No, I don't. Seriously, I don't get nervous. Even though she hit me, I don't get nervous about coming over here. I joke. I don't.
Oh my God, I think we talked about that on the show, but I'm telling you, man, it's so fucking hard every time we're like at the doctor's, which is a lot lately.
Yeah.
And they ask, sir, do you feel safe at home? And she's standing there. I gotta like gnaw off my tongue.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to make a joke.
Yeah, so
I wanna
much.
be like with her. Or I want to just cower and whimper. You know, like it's just so wrong of me. But
can you ask me the question with her?
Yeah, right there. But it's just, I tell you, you gotta like gnaw off my tongue to not get us both arrested. Oh God, that's too funny. But well, I'm sorry. It's funny. I don't feel intimidating in any way. And then it dawns on me sometimes, especially when I get like the goatee going on. I'm like a bald dude walking around with a goatee. I'm like, wait, I kind of look badass, don't I?
Yeah.
But I don't feel that way.
Yeah, it's like I met you in a biker bar and I just spilled my beer on you every time I see you.
And to me, I'm just like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I've entirely got resting asshole face too, so there's that.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm like completely content, I look miserable.
Yeah, and I just look like an Oompa Loompa myself, so I got that.
I look like an Oompa Loompa. At least you have good moral lessons, you know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
even have that going
Yeah,
for
I
me.
know. It's true. Oompa Loompas have a lot of good things to say.
They're generally full of wisdom.
What do you get?
Until they grow too tall, as we see. Then it all turns bad.
Yeah. About 6'2".
Yeah, he's big. He's
Yeah,
big.
he is.
He's
Big
a big
dude.
boy.
And I'm sad I know his height. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm sad that I could confirm it for you. Yeah, it's tragic all the way around. So, well, tell you what. Why don't we jump into this because we'll stop teasing, but we still have to get to what we're watching and what we're listening to.
Yes, I have a list here.
We're
We're
going to be
back.
spicing things up a little bit here.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the boxes, as we alluded to behind us, is the green screen, and I went big, folks. That's a big green screen.
Yeah.
So we should be able to. I should look like Brad Pitt next time.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Like that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah, we're changing our faces. Yeah. Wear a green mask, green clothing.
I'm gonna wear all green.
All green.
I like green anyway, so
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But we are going to be taking a break from the show.
Yes.
And we'd kind of talked about this, and I'd said we were going to give you warning. And what I did not realize
Here it
is when I'd said we were going to give you warning, that in fact was the warning.
Yes, that was the warning about this warning, and now the warning's happening.
Yes, and now that was then? Or
Yeah.
When is now?
When's now? Now. Just then.
We just missed it.
Just missed it.
Man.
Spaceballs.
It really is, yeah, exactly. How do you not know Spaceballs?
Yeah. So, well, like you said before, before we start this conversation, this break is not like we're done with the show for 2 months kind of thing. We're just like, we need a break for the holidays.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I need to recharge. I want to experiment some. But we're not saying we won't put out an episode between now and mid-January.
Exactly. I think what we're saying is this will be the last show before the holidays.
Yeah.
Until mid-January. We'll say that. We're not going to do another show officially.
Yeah.
Until what we're christening season 2.
Yeah. It's going to be season 2. And I want to play with the green screen. I want to get that going. There's a couple other things and tricks I want to play with, and some topics, and maybe change the format a little bit, experiment. See what season 2 is gonna be like.
Yeah, and I want to make sure we have time to enjoy the holidays with our families, but quite frankly, more importantly, enjoy the holidays with each other, my friend.
Yeah, because I'll still be coming over here.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, we love you all. You're all part of this, but this. While I've always said there's a labor of love, this is in fact a labor. It's so it'll be nice to have a little time to your point, recharge, kind of come back stronger, and again, kind of put a bow on this because we already are up to 32 episodes.
32. That's why I like the even number there. It makes me feel better because we did another week. It'd be 33 in a season. I don't know. I can't do that.
The odd numbers, I hear you. I
32 for season 1. It's pretty good.
I'm good with that, and so again, it's. We gave some notice. Sorry, it's not quite what I anticipated, but we kind of talked about it, and it frankly felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And so I think we're going to do that. So this, again, is going to be our last episode until January. But to your point, buddy, it's not to say there won't be another episode there, too, that comes out. Yeah. I can't guarantee that because who knows? If we have time and it lines up, I'm sure I could see us very well recording and posting it out there.
Yeah.
But I don't want us to have our hands tied.
Yeah.
I don't ever want this show to be a job for anybody.
No, I'm having fun because, I love gadgets, and this is nothing but gadgets here. I'm like, I got like a almost starting to get a console cockpit going on here.
You got a whole Darth Vader thing going on. Yeah, almost.
Have you ever seen did you show me the video with the Darth Vader?
Darth Vader being a jerk?
You being a jerk?
Oh,
yeah.
God, I've seen it like 50 times, and it never ceases to be funny. So, yeah, if you're bored and you want a great laugh, look up Darth Vader being a jerk, and it's fucking hysterical. And it's so juvenile. And it's just... So dumb. So dumb.
Awesome.
And it kills me. I mean, I'm crying a little just thinking about it. It's so stupid.
Yeah. So I got Darth Vader thing going. So I think when I have a permanent setup, which eventually I'm hoping I'll have, I'll be just surrounded with technology.
That's
great.
Awesome. That's good. I like that. That's awesome.
That is awesome. But email's still gonna be. We'll still get the email. We'll still get the email. So if you want to email us, feel free.
Yeah, we'll still respond. We're not dropping off the earth. We're not going to cease to be until you start believing again.
Yeah. Believe. I'll probably be doing stuff on Facebook still. Notices. I need to keep changing our website to more Christmassy based themes. I got stuff to do.
I think I can commit to doing as much on Facebook as ever.
Well, actually, you do pretty good a bit.
Do I?
Yeah, you
okay,
answer comments and stuff. Yeah.
I try to. I swear I'm.
You're in charge of the email. I'll take care of the Facebook.
I can barely handle any of it.
Yeah,
I'm happy I find my computer.
Yeah.
After I get done with work, I'm telling you, man. Any gray matter I had to offer, I'm like, I gave that to my company. This is what you got left.
This is all you got.
A shell of a man.
That is awesome. So thank you for being with us this year.
Yes.
I think it's been a learning experience. It's been fun to grow from where we started, where we just had a couple of microphones and a PC, and then we realized that sounded like garbage.
Yep.
And then getting a mixer, and then getting the camera, and it just been, I don't know, it's been kind of neat.
So much better. This is such better, higher quality garbage. But
yeah. It's really the same hot garbage conversations we've always had, but they just sound better.
I honestly, though, I couldn't be prouder. I'm not even remotely kidding right now. Because this hasn't been, we didn't expect to turn on and be the next Joe Rogan or anything of that ilk. But again, there are some folks out there that are getting pleasure out of this, and we think that's fantastic, and we love having you with us. And
I can tell
we may grow.
Yeah, I can tell in the stats that we have some loyal listeners.
Yep.
So it's cool. I mean, so I really appreciate it, and we're gonna keep talking.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to keep doing this.
We're going to keep talking.
So again, officially, not until this will be the last one before, we're going to say mid to late January. Yeah. But you know us. We're known to call audibles.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we don't even know what's going on.
Exactly. We're seat of our pants, man. We're making it up as we go.
Yeah, we usually make up the episode like 5 minutes before or so.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not kidding, actually. Yeah. Although I am kicking myself. I got to get better about this. I did have a topic that I'll be damned if I can remember. I got to write them down more during the week because it's always on my desk.
Same thing happened. I forget what I was going to talk about, but it pretty good this week. Because I felt like I didn't do that much research last week. Mm-hmm. Today I did research. So I got stuff.
That was the thing, though. Like, our process, to your point. Like, I do grab most of my musical recommendations and everything about, 20 minutes before the show. It's not long.
Yeah.
But that's been the whole ride.
Yeah.
We've always got topics.
Well, I don't know if people like us because we're not hugely prepared. This is like you're watching the beat being made. We're not.
Yeah.
We're normal people just talking. It's
exactly. I think that's intentional, in the sense that we're not trying to sell you our wares. We're not trying to.
No, but we'll have some hats soon.
That's funny. In which case, we will be trying to sell you our wares.
Yes.
But,
so yeah, it's funny because we're trying to sell some merch.
What I mean by that is we're not trying to when we turn off the microphones, our persona is exactly the same.
He's a little meaner.
That may be true. Actually, I believe that's true, and the reason I believe that's true is Kevin once told me, you need to be meaner to me on the show.
Yes, because it's not realistic. Just saying. You tease me way more.
It's awesome, but I don't. When I'm teasing you too, though, I don't. Necessarily put it out on the internet for everyone to see.
That's true.
I don't tell the world you fart in your pillow.
Oh. Yeah, you guys knew the episode we didn't record because I had possible pink eye.
Sorry,
so.
yeah, okay, I did tell.
What was the Yeah, you did tell the world, Facebook, internet, the whole world knew that there's a possibility that somebody farted in my pillow. The doctor bitched at me. My wife bitched at me. You bitched at me.
Oh God, I love you, buddy. It's fantastic.
And I haven't washed that pillow yet. I just realized. My eyes are starting to hurt a little. Jesus.
Oh man.
Never fart in your pillow.
The things you learn from this show.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had no idea. So I think at this point it's probably not pink eye because I probably would have recaught it from my pillow.
That's great. Yeah, I don't think it was pink eye to begin with. I think it was a severe case of you probably stuck your finger in your eye, and then you got the whole itis.
Yeah.
The ish and the itis. And
look,
that was
the
it.
Internet doctor.
Yes, exactly.
I put my eye right into the webcam.
I Googled it 13 different times.
She gave me antibiotics.
And I'm certain it's botulism.
It's
absolutely
botulism.
No doubt.
Yeah, so I fart in my pillow. I was off for a week.
That's great.
So that's why I try to over-prepare this one, because I'm like, well, if this is potentially going to be the break episode, I'm going to make it an episode.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know how you're going to beat fart on the pillow. But
that's
please,
true.
Please.
Fart on a pillow.
If you think you can do it.
Okay.
I actually need a drink. Bye.
Uranus.
Parched.
Sounds like that. All right, so what am I watching?
What are you watching? Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that's where we're going. What are you watching?
What am
buddy?
I watching? Okay, so this is easy. As far as movies, I actually watched 2 movies.
Okay.
And I recommend them both.
Ooh. I'll get my handy pen.
The handy pen. They're both science fictions.
Oh, I love that.
One was more recent, that came out recently, called Greenland. Starring Gerard Butler and Marina Baccarin. She's the girl who doesn't age that was in Deadpool and
the alien, the V-chick?
Yeah, the V-chick.
Okay,
Yeah. Firefly. I'll lose my nerd cred if I didn't say she was in Firefly.
Oh, wow, that's funny. I don't remember in Firefly. She's an odd-looking girl to me.
She doesn't age.
She's got a weird head.
She's kind of cute, though.
I'd give it to you. She is kind of cute, but she's got like a... I believe she was a reptile.
Yeah.
I could go with that.
Yeah, the remake of the V, where she was the leader. Yeah. She does have the alien-esque look.
Her head is weird for her neck.
Yeah.
Like her head seems abnormal.
Yeah.
And for the record,
so
folks,
is mine.
this is what I do with Hollywood people. They
Yeah.
sign up for it. It's
Yeah.
not like I go around judging people. Maybe
Yeah.
I do, actually. I don't know. But
maybe.
it doesn't mean shit. Look at me. I'm a mess, dude.
So the plot of the movie was is very realistic. In my opinion, the movie was ultra realistic for science fiction, because the plot was a comet was passing by Earth.
Okay.
And it broke up into lots of little pieces on its way here.
Okay.
And pieces start hitting Earth. And everybody's saying, don't worry about it. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
But then people like Gerard Butler's family was getting notices saying, you have been selected to be moved into a shelter for future blah, blah, blah. So they didn't really say. So him and his family was selected to go to a shelter. And they were at a party, and they all realized that nobody at the party was getting this notice except for him.
Yeah.
So then they end up getting wristbands, and they're trying to get to the shelter. So I don't want to...
We're talking art kind of stuff now, the mankind survival kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but mankind survival. So it's twists and turns. It's like it's a movie that you can't watch more than once.
Oh, it's a bummer. Okay,
Too
good.
stressful.
Oh,
But it's a
interesting.
great movie. It's a great movie, but it's not like one of those. It's not like a popcorn movie where you can say, "Oh, let's watch that again." No. You watch it once, you're like, "That was great. That's probably how it's going to happen, and I hope it never does."
Okay. Well, I'm thinking like 2016 or whatever the John Cusack one was.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I've watched that like 10 times. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that one was
over the top.
It was over the top. This one is like one of the special effects was great when it was landing, and yeah, it's obvious from
This sounds
from the stress
so
of it.
good.
It's obvious that the storyline was going to saying, yeah, this is going to be an extinction event that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you're like, that is effed up.
Yeah.
But the special effects when they're like little pieces are landing on cities and just wiping it out was beautiful.
I've read about. That's why I like the 2016 too. By the way, the gigantic tsunami that's created from things like meteors. It terrifies me.
Yeah. This one, this was like little pieces, and it's pretty realistic on the size pieces that would hit and what would happen.
Yeah.
So they must have did their research on what the repercussions of where it hits and what it does.
It's
very
realistic.
realistic.
A little bit because I mean it is sci-fi, so you get to bend the rules a bit, but you just can't break them entirely.
Yeah.
You can't just disregard them.
But the plot, it doesn't go where you think it goes. The movie, and it was exciting and stressful. Charlize, my wife, said, "Oh, this is so stressful."
I feel bad for you, buddy.
But it was a good movie.
I feel bad for you because I am so excited about this recommendation.
Yeah.
And I'm entirely going to check this out in the very near future.
Oh.
And I really want to like something you do.
Oh, I like the movie. I did like the movie. And there's after you watch it, tell me if there's usually a decision that's made in movie. We're like, yeah, that would not happen in real life. There's a decision after you watch a movie. I'll ask you what decision that is. There's a decision they made in the movie, and this decision wasn't an idiot decision. They made the correct decision.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, in this movie, you're like, oh, they're still gonna make the wrong decision because every movie does that.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, he made the right decision.
Exactly. I love when
like,
they're. You know what drives me crazy about Hollywood? A lot of things drive me crazy in Hollywood. I'll give you an example. You know, we got a bunch of friends living in New York City, and they're renting these gigantic fucking apartments, and they work as baristas. My ass.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You're living in a hostel, man, with a bunch of other people.
So the finances in Hollywood, that's always bothered me.
Yeah.
But aside from that,
yes. So I do recommend the movie because I like good sci-fis.
Well,
I like good ones.
Hollywood has a penchant for saying, well, first of all, a lot of people don't understand that character development is what you need to do in order for us to give a shit about your said character.
Yeah.
It just has to happen or none of us care.
Yeah.
But they will go through the length of character development. So, all right, she's a PhD. She graduated head of her class, and she has 2 doctorates, and she's an amazing individual. And then she's faced with whatever dilemma, and she makes the dumbest fucking decision you've ever seen.
Yeah, I hate that.
It drives me crazy. I'm like, why did you spend the time convincing me she was extremely intelligent to make her act like a moron thereafter?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So there's a turning point in this movie where your decision is counterintuitive from Hollywood.
Good.
Which impressed me.
All
so
right, well,
it was a moment that I'm like, that made it all better.
I really, really want this to be a decent movie. Yeah, I'll settle for decent, but it's going to break my heart now if I got to tell you what a piece of crap it is and why.
I don't think it's a big pile of garbage, but
I hope not.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it.
So the second one, you might consider a big pile of garbage, but I still liked it. It was called Prospect. It came out in 2018, so you may have seen it, may not. But it's starring a girl I've never heard of called Sophie Thatcher and Pedro Pascal. And yes, he's the Mandalorian. So,
okay. I wouldn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so it just all takes place in outer space.
Oberon, if anybody watches Game of Thrones and thinks like I do.
Oh, yeah. He was Oberon.
Oberon is the Mandalorian.
Yes, the Mandalorian. So the Mandalorian was I call him Mandalorian because...
He's in Narcos, too, which is phenomenal. It might have been Narcos, too. I don't remember. They kind of blurred.
So the plot of this one is that her and her father, which isn't the Mandalorian, are basically miners for this weird crystal on this planet.
Okay.
And they're just on this planet this entire time. So they're really not like outer space. They're really in this planet. And their father gets killed, and basically her and the Mandalorian kind of team up, and they have to figure out a way to get off the planet.
Okay.
I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't like a normal science fiction. It was a little bit different of what they had to deal with and the weapons and the cultures of the people that's on this planet. I thought it was fascinating.
I've never seen Enemy Mine.
Oh, you gotta.
See, that's the thing. I know I have to because it's like nerd, it's just like Nerd 101. It's like you gotta watch Enemy Mine, and I'm like, I know it's gonna suck.
I get teary-eyed Even now if I watch
I know
that
it's
movie.
gonna suck. Yeah, so they're gonna kill Luke Gossett Jr. there, and then he's gonna come back and teach a kid to fly a fighter jet.
Yeah, fly jet.
I couldn't spit that out. I'm telling you, I'm still on those.
Well, I would throw in the Officers and Gentlemen too, where he goes in and boxes with him in a boxing rink, and
So, but yeah, they're
kicks
gonna,
his ass.
I can tell you the story, even though I've never seen it nor even read anything other than it's like Nerd 101 is Enemy Mine. But yeah, he's gonna somehow save Dennis Quaid. You're gonna fall in love with him, then they're gonna kill him for whatever reason. And thank you, Green Mile or whatever.
Green Mile, that's awesome.
We've told the story 1,000 times.
Sort of, but no, there's something else that happens in the movie that is more of a tearjerker.
Oh, okay.
So Louis Gossett. So I can tell you that nobody kills Louis Gossett Jr.
Oh, good. Okay.
Nobody kills him.
All right. I'll give it a try at some point. I've actually had it on my list for a long, long time. Like, I know I got to watch this. I just can't bring myself to do it.
It's literally The Odd Couple in outer space.
That's awesome. I love The Odd Couple. I'm not even remotely being funny.
Because one is neat and tidy, which is Louis Gossett Jr. Dennis Quaid is a slob human.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's The Odd Couple, but in outer space. They're living together on the planet.
Well, I mean, not for nothing. If you watch The Odd Couple, which, again, I did. Yeah, Oscar all day long. I mean, you had to hang out with. You weren't picking Felix to hang out with. I mean, who the fuck?
Felix would be fun.
No.
I'm a Felix. Definitely Felix. Take a look at my computer in my office at home.
That's great.
I'm a Felix.
I would entirely be hanging out with Oscar all day long.
So.
Too funny. So Greenland and Prospect.
Prospect.
I may or may not check out the Prospect. But,
I think it's worth watching as well. I do. It's a good watch. If you want to watch a sci-fi that is not like a normal sci-fi. Have you watched the other sci-fi I recommend it with them going to that weird camp? Remember when I recommend that a while ago where these guys go to this weird like camp in the middle of the woods and everyone seems to be staying the same age the whole time?
Oh, no. What was the name of that? Do you remember?
You know what?
I didn't check it out, no. I'm telling you, I don't know where the hell my time goes.
Yeah.
I have no idea where my time goes, but I have not.
The Endless. I have my notes.
That makes sense.
The Endless. That one is like a low budget like movie, like the ones I just told you definitely had a budget.
You know what?
That one has like no budget.
You told me about Primer.
Primer is a great movie.
Low budget, one of the best time travels I've ever seen.
Yeah. This one has that feel, the budget feel of it, and it was smartly written. If you ask me, I think it was smartly written. So that one's like the smartest of the movies I've recommended.
I like smart.
Greenland is, it's higher up there.
I think I'd check out Greenland first.
Prospect is like one notch down because it's a little bit more about the action than the story.
Okay.
But it's no Star Wars. I mean, it actually has some story there, and actually, it's very interesting. I mean, I think it's a little more predictable. Yeah, I already know what's going to happen to Boba Fett, whatever the heck he's called, the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I already know what's going to happen to him when I was watching it, but I still like the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I knew exactly what was going to happen to him.
Well, I mean, it's funny. It's you know when you're watching Rambo. It doesn't matter how many tanks and helicopters and army men they throw at him. You know he's not going to die.
Yeah.
And yet it keeps you can kind of suspend that and enjoy the film, you know? But yeah, John Wick's going to make it no matter how many bullets are shot.
I think there's a fourth movie they're making too.
Yeah, people love those movies, and I think I understand why.
I like them. Don't kill the dog.
Like, we need to make an action movie. We need a plot. Well, they killed this dog. Good enough.
That's it. We got a plot.
I'm sold, Fucking kill them all. Kill them for 4 movies more. Yeah, I'm good with that, too. That's what happens if you kill my fucking dog. And, again, my dog is fictional.
Jesus.
Shoot me in a dream. You better wake up and apologize.
Yes, apologize. Jesus. So obviously I've been watching The Mandalorian as well, and then I watched a documentary on it.
That's
great.
So
I started telling you about this earlier, but I found out that they partnered with Epic and NVIDIA to use a video game engine, the Unreal Engine, in order to, they created a giant room with huge LED screens. So the reason they did that is so the screens are the exact scene they're in. So if they're in a desert scene, it's the exact desert scene. So when they put the camera and shoot it, the spaceship has all their proper reflections.
Okay.
So you don't have to do anything special post.
Nice.
The actors don't have to stare at a green screen wondering what they're looking at. They can see that.
That's nice.
There's so many shots you may not have noticed when you're watching the show that you see people in the background and they're not even in the room. That's just a TV.
Okay, yeah.
So it's kind of cool how I think it's because it's art, it's rounded.
Yeah.
So you can't tell visually that it doesn't look fake.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks fake as CGI can look, but it looks like they did this all in post. They didn't. It was recorded right there live, just like that.
That's pretty neat. Saves a lot of time and energy, I think.
It makes it quicker for them to take a look at the shot, see what it looks like, and they can do a little more experimentation and how to set up the scene. So, yeah, so even if you don't appreciate some of the stories or the plot or the action, the genius of how they're changing filmmaking. Like, George Lucas changed sci-fi movies forever in 1977, and this is going to change movies going forward because they're filming in a freaking warehouse, and does it look like a warehouse when you're watching it? It looks like they're out in the open.
It looks great. No, it does look like we were wondering where they shot it, not in a warehouse.
Yeah, they're just a big room.
Is it over yet?
Mandalorian? No, they're still got. It's middle of the second season right now.
Oh, it's middle.
Yeah, middle. The second season.
Because
there's like 10 episodes a season, and I think they just did 4 or 5. So there's like 5 episodes left.
I think they're higher than that.
They go up to 10.
I think they just did 6 or 7.
Oh,
because we're watching season 2 now.
Yeah. Well, you're only like 1 episode behind.
Oh, we're not that. I thought you said we were way behind.
Oh, I just say that because I'm an ass.
Oh, you are an ass. I can confirm that for everyone.
Yes. I'm an ass.
That's awesome.
Well,
anyway, yeah, we're watching it. It's just,
Carl Weathers is in it.
I'm trying to, yeah, exactly.
I love
Action Jackson.
He's awesome.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, the last episode I just watched, they don't even have the name for chapter 6 yet. Chapter 14. So chapter 15,
so
the
we're
Jedi.
like right behind. Them.
Yeah, I think I saw chapter 12 on your screen, so you have 2 episodes, and they have 10 up.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. I didn't want to catch up.
Oh, it's only 8 episodes in a season.
Yeah, I thought it was short. So
yeah,
I didn't want to catch up.
Yeah.
So I got to slow it down.
And the last couple episodes are really good.
Well, I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
For a number of reasons. One, just kind of malcontent. It's my thing.
Malcontent,
really,
yeah.
It's just what I do.
He thinks everyone should be George R. R. Martin.
Except for George R. R. Martin. Man.
Yeah.
I think he was.
Yeah.
He's like a author version of Coldplay. Fucking loved him until everybody found out about it.
Yeah, basically.
Ruined that shit for me. But anywho, Mandalorian. So yeah, Starbucks in it now.
Yeah, and she actually what's cool about her, she's actually the same voice actress that's doing the anime series as well.
Yeah, you said that.
So I find that fascinating. Where some of the characters they bring in is not the same actor.
I think it's hysterical at one level. Like, good for you, Starbuck. You've got like female stormtrooper number 1. Like, it's just you are. Like, you're typecast so specifically.
Yeah, I know. She's like...
You were like female military chick in sci-fi.
Yes.
Like, that's your thing,
with a little chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Starbuck.
That is Starbuck.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure you have a name, and it will always be Starbuck.
Starbuck, yeah.
I saw Hermione in something. Nicholas was watching it. I'm just like, if I live another 100 years, like, chick's going to be Hermione. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I will always say Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Because I, too, am a dick.
Yes. Yes. You'd love that.
Yeah, I can't help it. But, yeah, certain people. So she will always be Starbuck.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I wasn't crazy about any of it, really. I'm not crazy about the fact that The Mandalorian is a horrible steward. Absolutely terrible.
What, taking care of Baby Yoda?
Yeah, absolutely terrible. He leaves that kid with anybody. Anybody, anywhere. Like crazy mechanic lady who I happen to like. He's like, yeah, sure.
She's a good person.
He just left her with the frog people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, first of all, Yoda is committing genocide. And you got no real problem with
people
that.
wrote letters.
About what? Like
about killing all the babies.
Yeah, you're committing genocide. You're eradicating that line.
Well, they're trying to prove a point that he needs to be guided. And he's not the right person to do it.
Oh, yeah. That little Baby Yoda, they should just make the little Baby Yoda show. Let's face it. We'll all be like, that's fucking great. Like, just Yoda. I'd watch a half an hour of Yoda in the fucking on the speeder.
Actually, I have an hour of him just eating random shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, they could just make the Baby Yoda show. Because, like, when he's on the speeder, he's all happy. I'm like, yeah, you can make a half hour of that. That'd be good.
Of course, people have caught up with it. He has a name now. I'm not going to say what it is, but they actually revealed his name.
All right. Am I going to be pissed? It doesn't really matter. I don't care. But
it's Yahweh. No kidding.
That's fantastic. That would. Oh my God! I would piss my pants. It's Yahweh.
No, I'm not gonna say what it is. No, I'm not gonna
it's
say.
Fucking great.
I'm not gonna say what it is.
We told you it was a Christmas episode.
Yes, it's a Christmas episode. Oh, come on, Yoda.
So I have a meme. I think it's on my own phone, my old phone, and it's Jesus there talking to people, and he says, "Hey, I'm the Son of God," and they say, "No way," and he says, "Yahweh."
I had a drink in my mouth. I almost spit it out all over my electronics.
I have so many. Yeah, if I haven't offended the religious folks yet, let me get that out of the way. I'm sorry. It's not that I'm mocking you. I'm jealous. I'm not kidding either. I completely wish I could believe anything. I don't.
I believe in Jedi.
Yeah, I don't believe in anything. I don't believe in Jedi any more than I do Bigfoot, any more than I do Catholicism.
Bigfoot. Not the Yeti or anything like that? No.
Yeti's just more plausible because, I mean, he's a bumble.
Yeah.
I mean,
Christmas.
That's realistic.
Yeah, it's realistic, yes.
Christmas.
Yes.
Bumbles, man.
Yes.
That's wow.
Yeah, you got to pull a tooth.
That one was good even for us.
Yes. Maybe we beat the whole farting in the pillow.
I'm just in awe of us. We were somehow talking about the Mandalorian. How we ended up with the Yeti bouncing, I don't know exactly. But
there's a trail somewhere.
Yeah,
a breadcrumb trail.
I know too. We were talking about the inappropriate Jesus memes I have, of which there are plenty.
Yeah, it's funny. Yahweh.
One of my favorites is. I was born to it's Jesus saying to somebody, I was born to a virgin, and the guy says, "Oh yeah, is that why 3 random dudes showed up bearing gifts?"
Yes. Oh.
Like, holy shit, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
I'm telling you, I love stuff in life that gives me, because I do it all the time. I've done it throughout my life where I see or hear something where my reaction is, you can't say that.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. Yeah. Where I'm like, oh, you can't say that, but clearly you just did.
What's that ABBA movie with the ABBA singers?
There's a movie?
Yeah, the movie Mamma Mia.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like the same story as the Jesus story, isn't it? 3 men showed up. I'm the daddy.
Oh, that's fantastic. I don't know. I never saw Mamma Mia.
Oh, so spoiler, Mamma Mia is the Jesus story.
I don't think you spoiled it. That's fantastic. It's wonderful. I'd just like to point out the lengths I'll go to keep us out of shit. I got us out of seeing the Downton Abbey movie.
Oh, that was awesome. How did you do that?
By fucking getting cancer.
Oh, yeah. I felt bad about it, too.
The lengths I will go.
I'm like, oh, we don't have to go. Oh, sorry, man. I'm sorry you're sick.
Yeah, sorry, and yet, thank you.
Yes. I shouldn't have been as happy as I was.
So I really did feel like hell.
Yeah.
But, oh boy, we digress. But anyway, Mandalorian. So, yeah, he's a horrible steward.
He's a horrible steward, but I think it's a fun show. But it's Star Wars. It's better than Star Wars, because Star Wars, the movies, are all about the lasers and the space flights and the magic choking and stuff. This guy just walking through the desert doing the A-Team. You know, he just solving stuff.
Yeah, but things bother me. They just bother me. So, okay, we just saw the episode.
This is not a documentary, you know.
I know. It's just, it all bothers me. Well, life bothers me. So, like, okay, he's on a speeder.
Yeah.
And they do the little rope trick.
Yeah, he should have saw that coming.
Well, be that as it may.
Yeah.
Where did they come from? How did they get there?
Well, see, there's like a green screen on the sides.
Because I'm like, okay, I understand they jump him and he kills them all and his bike is ruined.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they get out there?
I don't know. But I like the fact that he said he's not going to kill him, and he didn't.
And he didn't. No.
But he did. He gave him the jetpack, which shot him up in the air, and he fell down and died.
He did that with the other guy too. Like, you will not die by my hand.
Yeah, you're not gonna die by my hand. But then he turned off the the light.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's kind of a jerk, and I think it's awesome.
He's just very technical, which also bothers me.
Yeah.
So Starbuck there changes the deal. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah, Starbuck. I knew she was gonna change the deal too, because she seems like that kind of person.
And he's just like,
okay. Yeah, you didn't even fight it.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't fight it, because that's a trope in things where you're like, no, I'm not going to help out. Next scene, he's helping out. You know, I'm okay with him just skipping over that bullcrap.
Even protest in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, he doesn't protest.
Yeah, like I want.
It is the way.
Yeah, it is the way. I know, Jesus, that is great. And she's just mocking him with that. I'm like, you should kill her or something.
Yeah, she's totally mocking her. You're wearing her helmet still?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Idiot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. We stopped doing that. That's like a weird religion that does that.
It is interesting where they're going with that, though.
Yeah.
I do kind of dig that. So we'll see where it's going. It is interesting, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not by any stretch of imagination saying it's a work of art. I'm just saying it's escapism. It's
no, it's good
escapism.
entertainment. But you're right.
Yeah.
I judge everything like it should be a masterpiece to last all the ages, and not everything's intended to be that. You're right.
Well, into my next show I'm watching, you should be watching that's a little more will stand the test of time, in my opinion, is Fargo.
Okay. Yeah.
So
we haven't started yet, but
my in-laws destroyed season 1, loved every minute of it, and
nice.
And they hate everything I like you.
Oh, good.
So
they good taste.
They loved it. Billy Bob Thornton, they loved
everything.
They hate everything I like, just like you, just like you. Shirley hates stuff I like too.
Man, that's such a good quote.
Yeah. Season 2, I thought was better. My in-laws didn't think it was as good, but I thought it was a better episode. But they just couldn't get over the fact that Billy Bob wasn't in the second season because each season is is a different time period.
Oh, okay.
So, and then the third episode is Obi-Wan Kenobi's in it, which Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't. Yeah. Is Obi-Wan Kenobi still alive? Actually.
Oh, not the original one, but the one that in the prequels. Yeah, it's Ewan McGregor.
What would I call Ewan McGregor? I definitely wouldn't call him.
What the one he was on heroin and stuff?
Yeah,
like
train spotting.
Train spotting.
Yeah, I think
call
it's
train
funny.
spotting.
I'd sooner call him train spotting.
Yeah, train spotting.
That, but even that, I don't know. You ever see The Island?
No. Oh, but he's in that movie. No,
really?
I haven't seen. No, I haven't seen The Island.
Check out The Island.
Okay.
I can make 2 huge recommendations.
Yeah.
For it. One, sci-fi.
Yeah.
Good story.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, okay. Moulin Rouge. He was in that too.
Yeah, Michael's tried to watch that once with me in the room, and luckily I got to ignore it, but she couldn't even make it through it.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah, whatever. I was going to ignore it either way, so I did.
But so I haven't finished the third season of Fargo yet.
Okay.
But I was watching, and obviously they can't do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So they went a little different, and I watched like 3 episodes of the third season. And I'm like, the first you know how some of these shows are. The very first episode, someone is immediately murdered, and there's just a mess going on. You're like, this is intriguing.
Yeah.
This one, like nothing happened for like 3 episodes.
Yep.
Nothing happened, and I'm like, I don't know if this season's gonna be as good as the last. And then episode 4. He goes, remember everything you just saw in the first 3 episodes? That meant something.
Yep.
This was what it means. I was like, okay.
See,
that was good.
I like that because it's like an investment. It's a gamble.
Yeah.
It's a gamble on everybody's part because to me, you know what it is? It's Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
I mean, the best Twilight Zones, they were 30 minutes long, I think, and you spent like 29 minutes saying, what the fuck is happening here? And then that last 60 seconds, you're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it justified all of it. So I dig that.
So I think, you should give Fargo a chance. It's
yeah, we will.
I would say that's more like you can pick that apart more than The Mandalorian, because it's going to be definitely well thought out, probably great writers. You know what I'm saying? They're just really making a show out
I tear
of it.
everything apart. You know that.
You
I
do.
can't even help myself. Even things I like, I just tear them apart. It's what I do.
You just got to be you can't be upset that Shameless isn't in it. That's why I call what's his face. Because he was in the movie.
Yeah. What is? I don't even have a name for him, but we're talking the ginger, right?
Yeah, the ginger Shameless guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the movie with the car salesman. Did he get fed in the wood chipper? I forget which got fed in the wood chipper in the movie. Spoiler.
Oh, wait. You're talking Frank. You're talking...
Frank from Shameless.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. You're not talking... I thought you were talking about the kid in the Star Wars video game.
Oh, no. Frank...
No, you're talking... William H. Macy.
William H. Macy is
that
not...
dude's amazing.
Yeah, but he's not in the TV show.
Yeah, no, understood.
No, but Billy Bob Thornton was a nice... He held that show together the first season.
Mm-hmm.
So...
That's great.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, the first time I saw that movie in the theater, I'm fucking rolling because it'd been playing it on Stern for months.
Sling Blade, by the way.
Yeah, so it's a tragic story. It's truly a drama. It's a great movie, but I'm fucking rolling.
I've actually seen the movie twice.
Mm-hmm. It's great. Oh my God, it's just dying. Spectrum. Shout out to Spectrum, man. Hopefully they get to weather this storm because fucking tough out there, folks. And local business is just getting clobbered.
I didn't like what it was doing, so I plugged it deep in his skull.
Yep. It's great. Some people call it a Geyser blade.
Yeah, I know. Geyser blade. Jesus. It was genius. Oh, genius. Okay.
So you're watching a lot, dude.
Yeah, so that's it.
I swear we're watching The Mandalorian. That's about it.
That's about it.
But oh yes, we have a new section too. I can't wait to get to that. But
Well, it's been denied.
no, we're gonna do it. And when I say
Maybe
we,
season
I mean,
2. Well, obviously
me.
season 2. Yeah, I brought it up because I wanted to do it more.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, and I can't wait.
For the holidays, we'll see what the holidays bring. Maybe I'll do it more.
I can't wait. Well, boy, we're teasing the shit out of people today.
I do have a whole shelf.
So what are you listening to, buddy?
What have I been listening to? Well, okay. So what brought this up is that this is a band we haven't spoke about on the show yet.
Okay. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. Yeah, there's quite a bit. But this is one that really meant a lot to me as a child. We may have offhand mentioned them, but then I was listening to some radio show or some TV show.
The Village People.
The Village People. Oh, God. Great. But no. There are teenagers to 30-year-old people who don't know who this band is. And I'm going to do what I can to tell people about this band that is going to be forgotten. It really is. It's going to be forgotten. It's going to be a shame, too.
I'm hoping it's a band that deserves to be forgotten because I'll laugh more, but I'm curious. Is it going to break my heart that they're being forgotten?
This band has won 22 Grammys.
Okay.
More than any other band. And they were inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the same year, the first year they're eligible for, which never happens.
People are literally forgetting about U2?
Yeah, they're forgetting about them. They're like, who's that? Yeah, I've been seeing shows and everything. They forgot. They're like, not forgot. They just don't know. They're like, I don't know who U2 is.
Wow.
Who's U2?
That's fucked up, folks.
So, so I went down a journey this week on U2 songs, and I want to explain about a couple songs, why they're awesome, why their lyrics are awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to.
I'm fucking down with you too, buddy.
I want to go a little deep with a couple of the songs. So I list a couple of my favorite songs, like 15 or 20 of them, and I want to say why I like them.
I don't know where I'd rate it, and I'm being conservative.
Yeah.
I will say the top 30 albums of all time includes Achtung Baby. What do you think of that? Even a weird album to pick, but that album is a fucking masterpiece.
If you listen to the songs I pick from there, I would say I would say the songs I picked my favorites is from all their albums, by the way, except for Pop. From my favorite songs, but I would say Joshua Tree was the first album I ever got from them. That's my Lost in the Sauce album.
Okay.
That's when I put the headphones on. I just get lost in the sauce. Achtung Baby, that one is like an examination of life. It's just, that one is deep as shit.
Soup to nuts, man.
Deep
I love
shit.
that album. It is
Deep.
too, man. So trying to throw your arms around the world. Fucking great.
Yeah.
I drank then too, and it was great. That whole thing. Love is Blindness, my God.
Oh, I have that in there. I got a line I got some lyrics that I wrote down from these songs.
Love is Blindness is like a movie that I saw once. I mean, I can't quite articulate it, but it's like a movie. It's like a spy movie. It's so good.
It's great. So I love that album. And then one I picked. I'm saying the ones I picked the most songs from is also All That You Can't Leave Behind.
Yeah.
Because I find you got the Deep in the Sauce album, you get the big personal reflection album about humanity, and this one is more hopeful. Yeah. So it's kind of like the other end.
Yeah, I got stuck in a moment. You know?
Yeah, and I was stuck in a moment when that song came out. That's a weird relationship that I couldn't get out of. Yeah. It was weird. So that's another thing is that U2 has been the soundtrack of my life.
Yeah, I'd say that. I could hear that.
Yeah, so it's made me sad when I heard that people don't know who they are.
That is mind-boggling.
Yeah,
because I mean, don't get me wrong, Bono's opinionated, and I give him props. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with his opinion, and he's out there, but dude makes some great music. And I mean, how do you not know?
Paul Hewson is his name, by the way.
Okay, what's the? It's amazing to me that I can't think of it. All I can hear is the guitar. With or Without You. How do you not know With or Without You? Like everybody everywhere is supposed to know With or Without You.
Yeah, it's just like, how do you not know this stuff?
The fade in, fade out to that song alone is worth the price of admission. Yeah. It's fucking beautiful. I don't know what it is. It's a great song.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I made. So I did
another one off
a whole bunch of research. So I did a bunch of research. There are actually times when they were considered not political enough. People complain about it.
Okay.
Not being political enough in some of their songs.
All right. I don't, not for nothing, guys. Once again, considering we're just on the heels of this, and yes, in fact, go fuck yourself if you don't agree that the election's over. Yes. So we're clear. Fuck yourself.
Yes.
But you know, now that Biden's won here, you shouldn't be looking to your musicians. You should be looking to your musicians for sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what musicians are there for. But you really shouldn't be looking to them for your political views. Yeah. It's not a good idea.
Well, I think and from my research, they were more political because they had religious members on the band.
Mm-hmm.
They're deeply religious. And they grew up in Ireland during a very volatile time.
Yeah.
People were being killed left and right. So that kind of made them political from the beginning.
Sunday,
Yeah. So they were political from their roots. They didn't like suddenly become political.
No, agreed.
Their first songs were political.
Well, no, agreed. But I'm just saying to actually make a comment like, hey, you're not political enough. It's like, really?
Yeah, people complain. Red Mining, I looked at Red Mining Town was considered not political enough.
People bitch about everything.
Yeah, they bitch about everything. So here is my list. In mostly order from least meaningful to me to most meaningful to me.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go down this list. It doesn't mean one song's better than the other.
Yeah.
But I also wrote down some of these songs have specific lyrics that meant something to me.
Oh, I love this.
So I wanted to say some of these lyrics, and I'm sure you already know them.
Yeah.
And don't worry, I copy and paste it, so I'm getting them right.
That's awesome. Sometimes it rains.
Sometimes it rains in
God's
Africa.
country.
I swear to God.
Wait, I made it a YouTube version. Yeah, it said sometimes it rains in God's country.
First song in the list, In God's Country from the Joshua Tree.
It's a fucking great song, yeah.
First song.
Sleep comes like a drug.
So that is the worst song on my list, just to be clear.
Yeah, that's...
I started high.
I like your list already.
Yeah.
You know what? You just created work for yourself because you're good about this, and I don't know how you do it, but I think you should probably post this list on the Facebook. And I say that mostly because hopefully some kids will see it. Jesus Christ, people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even saying, like, I'm not a diehard U2 fan. I'm not that crazy about them, but I mean, they're fucking awesome.
I told you my first two albums I bought was well, I wanted to get Unforgettable Fire, but back then from Columbia House you couldn't tell what tracks were on it. So Joshua Tree and Changes Bowie was my first two rock albums I ever purchased.
I think you did well for yourself.
And I was like, oh, it opened my eyes, and I'm like, well, maybe this isn't evil, because there's a long story about me being raised with Antichrist Devil Child music.
I never would have put that together.
Yeah. So this is one of those things, like when David Bowie went, it hurt. And U2, they're part of my life, always have been. So, and their songs I've really, really got into.
They've got good stuff.
So this is, it looked longer list than it really is, but I'm
digging it though.
So the next one, I didn't write anything about In God's Country because I didn't find any specific lyrics in the song that really stood out. The next song, Stuck in a Moment You Can't Get Out of, from All That You Can't Leave Behind. And what I wrote about that...
You get yourself together, you got stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it.
Yeah, and I was, at the time, I was in a relationship that sucked. Abusive, it was hard. And because that song came out just after the millennium, and it was a tough time for me. I was going through a divorce. It was like, this sucked. My life sucked when that song came out.
You know what I think I take solace in about that song? Because definitely dig on that song. It's kind of on the nose for me, but I still dig it. It's not the fact that you can relate to it.
Yeah.
It's, don't get me wrong, that's cool. But it's the fact that you realize, wait, everyone can relate to this.
Yeah.
You know? Seems I'm not alone at being alone.
The police.
It's just, it's that same vibe, though. It's I woke up 100 billion bottles are washed up on the shore, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's so, like, I'm not the only one that gets stuck because, I mean, let's face it, I think it's like anything. I don't think the path to victory is up and to the right, as they say in business. I think there's a lot of plateaus. You get stuck.
Yeah.
You get in that rut. You know, sometimes you can fall backwards, and then you gotta pick yourself up. And
I think it's one of the reasons music has always been important to me because it's it's no secret that I haven't had a lot of friends in my life, but one thing I always had was music, and it's like movies. Like I get sucked into it. Music the same way. I get sucked into it. I don't even half the time I don't even hear the lyrics. I'm just like, man, this means something to me.
I've described this before. I feel music. Like it literally, I clearly have more. It has more of an impact on me than it does average people. I've noticed that. Like it literally, it stirs me, and if it's decent. Actually, no, it kind of gets a strong reaction out of me. Almost any way. It's either like, wow, this is phenomenal, or oh my God, make it stop. But I think that's the greatest thing in the world.
There's a song I'm going to talk about in here, and it's going to be very difficult for me not to.
Are you going to cry in the show?
It's very possible.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's very possible.
We might have tears.
I had tears when I made this list.
Really? Just from writing the song?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So when
and you're almost crying now.
Yeah,
just thinking about it.
it's
I can't wait.
It's tough. Wait till you get this song. It's near the top of the list.
I'm sorry if I cut off your
No,
lyrics.
no.
I'm just
I'm
trying to make a game of it and try to preempt you with what the lyrics might be.
Yeah, this is a discussion. So no, this is for both of us.
I love it.
Because I know you like.
YouTube's great. Yeah.
The next song on the list, and has a lyric in it that I love. It's called "The Fly" on Octoon Baby.
Oh yeah, Octoon Baby. Yeah.
It's no secret that a liar won't believe anyone else. Yeah. Come on. That's a good lyric right there.
Yeah, it is. That whole thing is no secret. Yeah, it's
yeah.
Oh, and you shine like a burning star. Yeah, that's such a such a fucking good album.
Yeah, Octoon Baby.
I'm glad you dig that album because I really think that's underappreciated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got 22 Grammys. Somebody appreciates them.
That's true. Yeah. That's good, though.
Yeah.
Well, if kids don't know, it's crazy. What the fuck are you listening to, kids?
I don't know.
Stop listening to Lords. Seriously. Listen to you.
I know. This is music. God damn, it means something.
I look at Lords. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about with Lords?
Yeah.
She does her, and I'm like, oh, my God, your shower just never works.
Yeah.
It just never fucking works. It's constantly clogged. That's all I see.
Yeah.
That's how old I am, folks.
Jesus.
I look at a girl like that, and it's not even remotely a sex symbol. It's just like, oh, my God, the plumbing. Your drain never works. But anyway.
So the next song wasn't on an album. It was actually it didn't fit on the Joshua Tree.
Okay.
So they released it when they released their greatest hits in 1980 through 1990. It's called "Sweetest Thing."
Yeah, God damn it! I was going to try to get there.
Sorry, I should have slowed down.
I wouldn't have gotten there, but it's a great song.
So what's amazing about there's a couple things amazing about that song. One, it was an apology to his wife. His wife's name is, I think I wrote it down, Allie Hewson, because his name is Paul Hewson. His name's not Bono. And
I had no idea. I would have never known what his name was.
Yeah, Paul Hewson. So he basically, when he was recording at Joshua Tree, he missed her birthday. So he released this song as an apology to her.
Oh, nice.
And then all the proceeds of the song goes to her foundation that she has, the Chernobyl Children's Project. So all the money from that song went to that.
Wow, that's fucking tragic.
And when you watch
Did you just say the Chernobyl too, by the way?
Chernobyl.
Would that be the Chernobyl? Like,
what's the difference?
Your Ohio show.
We'll have the recorder play that back. But if you watch the music video, she's in it, and then there's a scene in it because she's in a horse and carriage. If you ever watch the video, they're in a carriage ride in like New York City.
Wasn't Chernobyl in the 80s?
Well, there's still a children's project. People are still getting like killed from radiation and shit.
Oh my God, this world is so tragic. There's still kids living in. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think people still live near there. So
that's great.
So there's a moment when Bono removes his glasses when he sings "A Blue-Eyed Boy Meets a Brown-Eyed Girl," and he's staring right at her.
Oh, so that's very nice.
It's a romantic song, so that kind of like.
It's a good song too.
It's a good song, but yeah, it was actually a Joshua Tree song, but they put it on the greatest hits.
Okay.
Because they wanted to.
I actually have the greatest hits because I had that song because it's a good song.
They've actually done that a lot when they've done like compilation albums. They always put like a new song on there.
If you live in Chernobyl and you're listening to our show, do you use a radio? No.
Yes.
Just keep walking. Just walk.
Yeah, walk. You ever watch the HBO special?
Oh my God! It was fucking phenomenal and tragic.
I cried.
God!
I cried.
You know who the biggest badasses in the whole movie were, or the whole thing were?
Oh, the people that went down there first.
The ones that had to shoot the dogs.
Oh.
No, fuck those people that went down there first. The ones that had killed the dogs because you had to kill the dogs.
That was a rough scene. That was rough.
Absolutely
going around town,
tragic, and they're running up to you because they're happy dogs, and you got to. Yeah. You simply have to. They're literally radioactive, and that's the most heartbreaking shit I think I've ever seen. And I'm not kidding. If you're somehow listening in Chernobyl, wow,
get out.
But seriously, just start walking. Anything is better. Just start walking. Pick a direction.
Yeah,
not north, and start walking.
Yeah. I forget what it was. How many miles away from that you died 30 days later. I mean, it was a lot of miles away.
Yeah.
I saw a chart. How many miles away, how much radiation
absolutely insane, yeah.
Yeah, just...
Yeah, it's just crazy. But the concept of anybody living there now, and I know it's a tourist attraction because people are so astoundingly stupid. I can't begin to comprehend it.
Yeah.
But don't go to fucking Chernobyl, you idiots.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Chernobyl. Don't go to either.
Do you know what a half-life is?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
It is such a big deal that there was a meltdown.
Yeah. It's not safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tragic.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, that one broke me.
Yeah,
that broke my brain.
I told you I did research on this my list.
So, sweetest thing to Chernobyl, though, man. What
Yes.
a segue.
I know. And then here's a funny thing. The next song on my list, Until the End of the World.
Oh, that's great.
Octoon Baby.
I'm trying to get.
I didn't write any lyrics from this one.
No, I'm stuck on trying to throw your arms around the world, but I know it. But anyway,
Good song.
Great album. Yeah.
Great album. And I followed up with Mysterious Ways of Octoon Baby.
Yeah, then you really did like Octoon Baby too. Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
She Moves in Mysterious Ways. That was like their hit, so they played
Yeah.
that. The Fly was a hit too.
Yeah,
actually.
they were great songs, but they didn't have any like deep. Not every one of those songs had like deep lyrics. You know, they had.
They surprised you though.
They were
like,
abstract.
Yeah,
They were abstract lyrics.
It was God, it was good. One was a hit. I mean, that was on that album.
It's on this list.
Fucking phenomenal. Yeah, I mean.
Which I got that one. I got lyrics on that one here.
Okay.
New Year's Day from War. I actually celebrate all their entire catalog.
Yeah, I do too. I'd probably know it if I heard it. I just can't think.
You would know it. This was they were played that got like early '80s radio play. Definitely a lot. Followed by Love Is Blindness, Octoon Baby.
Love Is Blindness is so good. I'm telling you, it's like a spy movie.
A Little Death Without Mourning, No Call and No Warning.
Yeah.
And that means something to me because that is basically, it's like, hey, we're done. I'm leaving you. That's what that is, and I know what that's like. It's one day you're like, I'm done. I'm out of here. And just like that. No warning.
Generally speaking, that's how life is, though. It's one day you got a thing. The next you don't.
I don't know if this is pretentious or not, but Bono originally wanted to send the song to Nina Simone because he thought that she could do it justice by singing it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep. But he didn't do it. He chickened out. You probably realize it's Nina damn Simone. It's very possible that he might say.
That's tough.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I think it'd start with Nina, may I send you?
Yeah, may I send you a song?
May I speak in your direction?
Yes, can I speak in your general direction? Yeah. Yes. May I call you Miss Simone?
Yes. Me, Bono, song you.
Yes, I know.
I don't know what you say to Nina Simone, but you just say thank you, I guess.
You just say thank you.
Jesus.
One Tree Hill, but Joshua Tree.
Isn't that like a WB song?
WB?
Or a WB series or something?
Something Hill. I don't think it's One Tree Hill.
I don't know. But anyway.
I don't know. Walk On, All That You Can't Leave Behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Walk On. That's a pick-me-up, yeah. You're right. That album is a kind of...
It's a positive album.
It's like, you get back on the ledge.
I kind of...
Scoot back towards the window.
Yeah, I did need it at that time in my life, that album. I own it. This was pre-digital days, you know. I actually have the CD.
Yeah, I'll talk about...
Inspired you.
I use music for the same purpose that it's good for depression.
Oh, yeah. Acrobat, Octoon Baby.
Oh, God damn. Yeah.
And remember, this is getting more meaningful as this list goes down. So, Acrobat's a great song.
So what? I must be an acrobat to talk like this and act like that? Or
Yeah.
Is that the line? Because, I mean, let's face it. We're, at least I speak for myself. I mean, the person I'd like to be has very little to do with me.
Yeah.
So I must be an acrobat, you know?
Yeah.
Did you have any lyrics from that one? Or?
No, I didn't have any lyrics from that. Because I looked at the lyrics and sometimes something jumped out at me. So about half the song, something jumped out at me.
Yeah. No, it's just I find it fascinating. You went the lyrics route. That's just
So I got like I said, when I get down to closer lists, I got bigger quotes. Beautiful Day, All That You Can Leave Behind.
Yep, another good song.
That's a really big pick me up there.
Yeah, it is.
And here we go, City of Blinding Lights, from the album How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. And that one has a line in it called, and this is about New York City, by the way.
Think of it, but yeah.
The more you see, the less you know. The less you find out as you go. I knew much more than I do now. I like that.
Yeah. We were talking about Rod Stewart not terribly long ago, and I said there was a song by Small Faces that I never played for you. That I'm going to make a note, actually. You got to hear that. The name of the song is Ooh La La. I thought about it after the show, but that just made me think of it because it's the whole I wish I didn't know now what I didn't know then. It's Bob Seger, but I mean it's the old.
Yeah, that's kind of what this line is saying.
It's like the kittens, man. When you're young and you're stupid as shit and you're immortal because you're dumb as shit.
Yep.
It's nice. There's a freedom.
Yeah.
And now that you're older and you are wiser, that carries a burden.
Yep.
So it's
That music is powerful, man. I'm telling you, it's
is.
so powerful.
It's good stuff.
So I'd like that. So now we're going back to the old stuff again. Bullet, the Blue Sky, the Joshua Tree. And here, this line, I don't know why. It's not, it's just, I like the line.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
And I can't tell the difference between ABC News, Hill Street Blues, and a preacher on the old-time gospel hour, stealing money from the sick and the well, the God I believe in isn't short of cash, mister.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like that, but I like that. That meant something to me.
I have to admit, actually, modern-day God seems to be very bad with money and lives in prison.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nobody seems to find him there.
So I like that song because the song's weird, and it starts out one way, ends in another. I don't know. I dig that song.
Okay.
That's because Joshua Tree, get lost in the sauce on that album.
Yeah.
Oh, you can listen to that cover to cover.
I agree.
Yep. Octune Baby as well, cover to cover.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're just good, actually, in that regard, that even if you don't necessarily love the song, it's not offensive background noise either.
No.
You know?
But there's a song on Joshua Tree that I'll get down to that
okay.
you'll see. Hopefully, I'll try to maintain my composure.
I guess I don't know Joshua Tree that well. I can't think of what song it would be, but...
Running to Stand Still, the Joshua Tree.
Yeah, okay. I guess I don't know that album that well, because I'm sure I know it, but I can't think of it.
The song is about heroin. About a couple. And the line from there is, sweet the sin, bitter than taste in my mouth. I see 7 towers, but I only see one way out. And I looked up what the 7 towers were, and there was 7 towers in Dublin where like the poor and disenfranchised lived.
Okay.
So I see 7 towers and only one way out.
Yeah.
It was the highest suicide rate in all of Ireland was from these 7 towers.
Sure.
So but people are all on heroin. It was a big heroin epidemic in the 80s there. So
heroin makes you fly.
Yeah, it makes you fly apparently. Yeah. So it sucked. So some of the songs is when you listen to it, I don't always look up meanings, so I don't know most of the meanings of this one.
We've talked about this before. See, it's funny because I
didn't know what 7 towers meant.
I've looked stuff up too before, but generally speaking, I just want to know what the words are.
Yeah.
But I'm a big believer in because if you ever liked a song because it means something, and then you realize, oh wait, I misunderstood that word, and it turns out it means something else altogether.
Yeah.
But to me, it means what it means to you.
Yeah.
And that may not be the same as what it means to me, and neither one of us might be right. And that's okay. That's what makes it so special to me. Like, we all get something different out of it, and we're all right, or we're all wrong, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, so don't worry. I didn't, look up the meaning to all these songs.
Yeah. Doesn't matter anyway, though.
But when I saw the 7 towers and that lyric jumped up, I'm like, what does that even mean? What the fuck is
the 7 tower, yeah.
I'm like, oh.
That would probably pique my curiosity, too.
Apparently, Bono wrote a lot of things where they're, places that he'd been to in Ireland.
Makes sense. So
I was like, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, now I know what the 7 towers is. Depressing.
Yep, exactly. Now I know just how much of a bummer that is.
Yeah, it's a bummer of a song. But that's the song Running Stand Still is you got to cry without weeping, talk without speaking, and scream without raising your voice.
Yeah, I do know that song. Okay.
I took the poison from the poison stream, and then I floated out of here.
Yeah, so I do know the song. I just can't think of it. I mean, I know what you're talking about, though.
So I do like that song, and I sing to it on the radio. I thought it was a happy song.
I sing to everything.
Yeah.
Horrible singer, by the way.
Oh, me too. Ultraviolet, Light My Way, Octune Baby. Yes, I like myself an Octune Baby.
Again, I mean, I know that album inside and out. I can't think of it right now because I'm freaking getting old, but I do love that album.
It's a great one. A Sort of Homecoming, The Unforgettable Fire. I actually have this album gold version of it.
Yeah, again, I think I know
you
it.
Heard
I heard it, yeah.
You heard every one of these songs. These are
all. Yeah, because I do like you too.
Yeah, you too. Yeah. With or Without You, The Joshua Tree.
Of course.
And then Pride, In the Name of Love, The Unforgettable Fire. Great song. All I Want Is You, Rattle and Hum, which is a bonus song on Rattle and Hum.
I got to admit, I could do without In the Name of Love, and that's simply...
overplayed for you?
Too fucking much. Yep.
Yeah, it was like I never really listened to radio as a kid, so I pretty much started with my card deck and I played whatever I wanted.
Nice.
So I didn't get burned out as much on music as most people because I didn't have MTV. I didn't have, so I still love that song to this day.
I heard a lot of In the Name of Love and a lot of Queensryche Empire.
I do. Actually, I watched a Queensryche song the other day, Silent Lucidity, for some reason.
That's great.
I don't know why.
No, don't you cry.
And I just want to listen to it. I just want to hear Jeff Tate sing, and I'm like, wow, he was pretty good, actually. I don't have a problem with Jeff Tate.
I think I know all the words still.
Yeah,
Wipe away the teardrops from your eyes.
I thought it was pretty good. You should teach that stuff.
That's good, man. That's fucking old school right there.
Yeah.
And in this month's episode of Circus, you too can sign up and get Jeff Tate's tapes.
Tapes, yeah. Learn how to sing. Yeah, I'm
Just
old because I
7
know
days,
that they
he
had
can make you a man.
an education series.
It's fucking great, dude.
Even better than The Real Thing, Octoon Baby.
Yeah.
And now here's the big, and now I'm down to like 5 songs.
Okay.
So here's one, and I have lyrics for this one. One, Octoon Baby.
Of course.
You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without.
Yeah. Too late tonight.
Gave me nothing, now it's all I got. You asked me to enter, but then you make me crawl, and I can't be hold on to what you got when all you got is hurt.
Yep. Well, you know, that's part of my senior quote was and I'm pissed still because I didn't know Ani DeFranco then, but it's you gave me nothing, now it's all I got, because I thought that was a witty senior quote.
Yeah, it is.
And I said it on another show, but I didn't know Ani DeFranco at the time, and she said in one of her songs, "You gave me nothing, but I've worked with less."
Yeah, work less. Yeah.
I would have used that. That's cooler.
But I do like that. I do like the lyrics in one. It's
absolutely, it's great. You've heard Johnny Cash do it, right?
No, I haven't heard Johnny Cash.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Look up Johnny Cash.
I should.
Johnny Cash is great.
I do like Johnny Cash.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm pretty certain it was. Yeah, I think it was Johnny Cash that did "You Are My Sunshine," and it's like, oh my God.
You are my sunshine.
You want to fucking like he sings "You Are My Sunshine."
Yeah, and you're like want to
in
kill
a way
yourself.
that you can hear the shotgun.
Yeah.
Like I hear my toe hit the trigger.
Yeah.
You are my. Yeah, it's just so fucking miserable.
Yeah, I get teary-eyed when I watch the video. Not necessarily listen to the song, but the video of "Hurt" with Johnny Cash. Yeah. It's not the song. The song is, trust me, sad enough. But watching the video, it play out with his whole life just ending.
Those lyrics are so good. They're so good.
Trent Reznor agreed. He's like, he made his own.
Trent can't even argue. Yeah, that's like. And, I mean, I feel bad for Trent because that is... I mean, seriously, I'm not a Nine Inch Nails fan, but Downward Spiral, bravo. Fucking bravo.
I've listened to his other stuff, and I really don't care for anything but Downward Spiral.
The minute I heard Downward Spiral, I'm like... And Soup to Nuts, great album. What a fucking talent. And I knew it the minute I heard it. I'm like, wow. That was it.
Yeah, you peaked, buddy. It's over.
You're spent. I know you are, because that's just too much. Too fucking much genius. But Hurt, man. Oh. That's phenomenal lyrics. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I followed up with Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
All right. Yeah.
War, called War. I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got some things to say. So I'm down to top 3 songs. Bad, and specifically bad that they. So what put U2 on the map was Live Aid, which also Queen destroyed.
Okay.
with their that's a famous performance Queen did in Live Aid. It was like Freddie Mercury's last performance, know, and he crushed it. Well, Bono was famous for basically no one cared who U2 was at that time. No one cared. And then Bono starts singing a 10-minute version of Bad. It's a very iconic song now. And he started going out into the crowd and crowd surfing. His band members were pissed at him. They're like, I cannot believe there was a major fighting match inside the band members when this was done, but the crowd lost their shit. They said they were just, you got to watch the videos of him doing Bad, and everyone loved it. And then
why was the band pissed?
Because they're playing the same riff over and over for 10 minutes while Bono's just crowd surfing, and then they couldn't even play their last song, "Pride," in the Name of Love. They didn't even have time to play that.
Whatever.
They're mad. So then, what happened was 2 weeks later, because I researched all this, 2 weeks later, all of a sudden, all their albums were charting.
Yeah.
And they're like, I guess we shouldn't be mad at you anymore, Mr. Bono.
Well, not for nothing. Yeah. I mean, I'll be the first one to say this. And Ray Manzarek, Robbie, whoever, and John Sizemore, The Doors. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jimmy walked. None of us give a shit about you.
Yeah.
So The Edge, nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
If you haven't figured that out yet, we don't fucking care about you.
So
let me just clarify that.
So analysts have said, they wouldn't have all the Grammys they've had and all this stuff. That really changed everything. There's like people start noticing U2 again.
Well, I don't know how you don't like. Okay, Pearl Jam. Okay, huge Eddie Vedder fan. And then there's the other members of the band.
Yeah, whoever they are. Poor guys.
There's the guy that plays the drums. They call him the drummer.
The drummer.
Like, no, we don't fucking know. It's the lead singer. Yes, they're a pain right in the ass.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to put up with them.
Yeah.
They are your meal ticket.
Yeah.
And when you're that really talented drummer or that really good bass, we don't care.
Yeah. So U2 became a big deal because of Live Aid.
Yeah, because of Bono.
Yeah, because of Bono.
Because once again.
Yeah, he's like because he felt the crowd wasn't really getting into it, so
Yeah.
he's I'm going crowd surfing.
He did what he had to.
Yeah, he did.
And don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
I'm
crossed
not
the
saying
barrier and everything to these people.
that a band is a band without the talent.
Yeah.
You know, you need the talent.
Yeah.
But at the same token, you know, I love when all these band members get all uppity, like, oh, I'm the star of the show. And it's like, no, the star of the show is the star of the show. And none of us give a shit about the rest of you.
Yeah.
You know, so don't whistle, don't talk at a time. You know, go fuck yourself, Edge.
Yeah.
We don't care.
We don't care.
See what I did there, by the
Yeah. Second to last, I Will Follow.
Penultimate.
Not yet. Well, this is the penultimate.
It is.
Yeah, penultimate. I Will Follow from the album called Boy, which is their first album.
Yeah.
Great song off a debut album. I mean, come on.
That was they were political right off the rip. Actually, they were more in your face about it too.
Yeah, they were.
One
song left.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe kids don't know U2. How is that possible?
It annoyed me, so I had to do some research.
I suppose it's fair though, because like, as I said, I probably said it on the show too once. Like, they were talking about Ariana Grande one day, and I said, I think I got one of those at Starbucks once. I don't know what the fuck
Wherever
you're
that is.
talking about. Yeah.
So again, if I haven't been clear, so there's you can get down a list of U2 songs. They have 218 songs.
Wow.
And if you go down a list of them, you may not recognize some of them. But when you get to like 150 down, they're all good songs.
Yeah, you like know every one of them.
Yeah, you know every one of
talented,
them. Yeah, so they're a great band. But all the songs I listed, this is not all their good songs. They have many more good songs than this. You know.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
Yeah, many, many more. But these were my favorites.
I'm trying to think what this top one would be here, but I have no idea.
And well, there's a reason for it. It's off of Joshua Tree. Where the Streets Have No Name.
Okay.
And the reason why it means something to me is because of a movie. I know. I can't. Can I say? Yeah. So I knew the song before the movie. Okay. So I didn't learn the song from the movie.
If you're gonna say Back to the Future, I'm gonna stab you.
No.
It's the second time tonight I've threatened to stab you.
Threatened to stab me. Okay. So when I'm trying to think when the movie came out. I think the movie came out in 1993. The movie is called Fearless, starring Jeff Bridges.
I don't think I've seen it.
Rosie Perez and John Turturro.
Okay, well, I mean, it's got Rosie Perez and John Turturro. Couldn't be bad, right?
I actually like John Turturro a lot, but this
Nobody
is
fucks with the Jesus.
I know. Another great movie there. I love myself on John Turturro.
Me too.
He played a psychiatrist in this movie. But anyways, the movie it's one of those movies you can't watch a lot, but it's the genius movie. Peter Weir directed it, who's done tons of great movies, Truman Show, just great director. But there's a scene in the movie where, well, basically the plot of the movie, and I'm going to try to be normal here. The plot of the movie, the plot of the movie is that there's a flight that crashes, and there's a few survivors on this crash.
Where do you bury the survivors?
Where do you bury? I don't know. But Rosie Perez and Jeff Bridges are one of the survivors, and they have to go and meet with like group meetings to like get through the, because it really messed with them, Mm-hmm. So it's like a realistic, view of them screwing with you.
That's the thing, though. It's survivor syndrome, I think it is.
Yeah.
It fucks with you if you somehow are the only one that survived.
But Rosie Perez's character in the movie was holding her baby during the crash.
Ooh. Ooh. That's right.
So, yeah. So the baby does not survive because when it crashes, the baby just gone.
Yeah.
So, and Jeff Bridges, he took a different route.
He calls her Butterfingers the rest of the
He calls her Butterfingers and Sausage. No, after the crash, he's not. She's all depressed and sad.
Why,
yeah, she wants to cut herself.
Wasn't a chicken.
Yeah, she hates life. You're helping me not bawl. So the plot of this. Okay, let me try to get through this. So Jeff Bridges takes a different path on the whole problem. He's like, he's like living life high as a hog. He's like loves everything,
Yeah,
and
like
he's like,
God clearly loves me.
yes, but he keeps taking weird risks, like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's like saying, "Oh, let me jump out of an airplane now and run," So he's like,
Why not?
weird about it.
God's favored him.
Yeah,
He can't die.
He can't die, so he's acting like he's invulnerable now.
Yep.
But then in the group meetings, they start getting closer and closer. And then Rosa Perez just losing her shit. She's getting more and more messed up. And they somehow end up in a car. I don't remember. I haven't seen the movie in a long time. But this song, not the song, but the song in the movie really stuck with me because of the song they used. Is because there's a scene where they're in a car together for some reason. And they're just driving. They stop the car. And she just like starts like hyperventilating and panicking and just losing her shit. Jeff Bridges gets out of the car. He's like, what did I do? And he's like losing his shit too. He's like, I messed this up. I was trying to help her and made it worse kind of thing. And then he just stops. Then he goes and he pulls her out of the passenger seat in the front and puts her in the back and buckles her in. Then he goes in the trunk of the car and pulls out a toolbox and says, hold on to this. This is your baby. Don't let go. This is your chance to save your baby.
Okay.
So as soon as he comes around the car, that song starts playing. U2.
And he drives around with her in the toolbox for a while?
And he drives as fast as he can into a wall.
Okay, that rings a bell.
And the toolbox shoots right out of the car. And he goes, and then then the long story short, she realized there was no way she could have saved her baby on the plane.
Yeah.
Because the stewardess told her to hold the baby.
Yeah.
So she was blaming herself for the death of the baby, and it wasn't all her fault.
Yeah.
So
physics and things like that.
And she didn't figure that out, that it wasn't really her fault. She thought that God didn't tell her to hold her baby hard enough. And he proved to her, which is it's actually crazy when you think about it, that no, you couldn't have saved it. Yeah. The baby was going to die.
Life is cruel, man. Sometimes shit just happens. Yeah, that's fucked up. It's fucked up.
I'm in high school when I watch that movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's fucked up that we watch stuff like that. You ever see a movie called Where the Day Takes You? It's about homeless kids, and it's got, I call the dude King still. He's been in 1,000 things. He was in Shameless, actually. Shameless. My God, I should know this guy's name. He's been in 1,000 different things. What's her name from Phantom of the Opera there? The chick you like.
Oh,
I forget her name. Hey, Christy? Was that her name in Phantom of the Opera?
I thought her name was Christy in the Family Opera. Yeah. Christina.
Christy.
Or is that Christina?
Oh, I don't know what her name is. Doesn't matter. Fiona.
Her name is Fiona.
I never liked Fiona. I was trying to think of the name you called her, which is Christy, I think.
Christy, yeah, whatever her name was.
But Fiona, she was dating a guy who was he owned the restaurant and he was a drug user. I can't remember his name at all, but you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, the guy who owned the restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's McDermott?
Yes.
McDermott. Dylan McDermott?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it's Dylan McDermott.
He was in Where the Day Takes You.
Okay, I know who you're talking about, though. I know who you speak.
A lot of people were in that, actually. A lot of famous folks were in that, and it was fucking miserable. And I watched that as a kid and loved it, and it was fucking miserable. And I was miserable. And it seemed to work. But, I mean, I find dramas funny because, and I tend not to watch them anymore because, you know why I don't like dramas anymore? They're fucking sad, dude.
Yeah.
They're sad. And they do teach you a bit of wisdom. They give you some empathy. But honestly, I think I'm chock full.
Yeah, I'm full up.
I just don't. It's just not a fun feeling. But
actually, I thought it did pretty good holding it kind of together for that story.
Yeah, you didn't ball. No, I've seen you much worse.
But I was a little.
Yeah,
I came close. I was on the edge.
Yeah. No, seriously though. I mean,
I had to take a deep breath.
Tools are expensive. I get it.
There are tools. Yeah.
Or did I miss the moral again?
Yeah. So they never got to the singing part. So the whole, you remember the intro to Where the Streets Have No Name? It's just this long keyboard sound, and it's just that, and and then the guitar is starting to go, and then bam, slammed on the wall.
That's fantastic.
So it was, so every time I hear that song, it makes me sad.
You think of Flying Babies.
Flying Baby toolboxes, yeah. Rosie.
Oh, that's awesome.
The toolbox name was Yahweh.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah.
exactly. It's it's terrible. Tragic shit happens.
Yes.
There's no reason for it. It's just I'm not saying it's random either. I'm just saying, fucked up shit happens. And
which is funny because Jeff Bridges was in another movie about the same time where he was a bomb squad, and his dad was in it too. And they use YouTube music for the whole movie. Tommy Lee Jones is in it.
Oh,
yeah, it was a bomb squad movie that came out in the same period, which is funny.
Nichols accuses me of going all Tommy Lee Jones. I love Tommy Lee Jones, but he doesn't act.
Oh, yeah.
Like he shows up and he's like, okay, here's what's going to happen. You're going to do this. I'm going to do that.
You go in that
church,
every house, every dog house.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I do at work, apparently. It's like, okay, folks, here's what we're going to do. I'm Tommy Lee Jones, and you're going to do this.
Yes. Yes. You're going to check every box, every eye.
Sorry.
Jesus.
One-armed man committing armed robbery. That's funny.
Yeah. Jesus.
Wow, that was great list, buddy. That was super duper.
Yeah.
It does trouble me as well that the kids are no longer not knowing what U2 is.
Yeah,
that's a weird thing.
Yeah, then to me, it's one of the dying art of the album, and I think that U2 did a great job making albums, and that's not something you see anymore. You want one song, you grab the song.
No, I agree with you. Like Acting Baby is an album. The Joshua Tree is an album. You listen to, and you're right. Actually, All That You Can't Leave Behind is also an album. I mean, I would honestly say it's my least favorite, but then again, so is Paradiso.
Yeah.
You know, Dante's Tragedy was. It started strong and got progressively weaker as we got happier about things.
Yeah. I like a lot of the songs about Boy, War, Unforgettable Fire. Those are actually great albums. I mean, there's other songs I didn't even mention. Unforgettable Fire, MLK, Elvis Presley in America. I mean, there's some good songs on there.
There's a lot of good U2 stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me, boy. Am I reading that right? Are we at 2 hours again?
Yeah.
Jesus. Wow.
It's a record-breaking chat fest.
Well, I suppose it's
we should go out with a bang.
Exactly. I suppose it's fitting, considering this can be the last one for a while. But, you know, you talked about music taking you out of depression. And it's funny because, I can't go so far as to say take me out of depression. I think, but I'm worlds better than I used to be. I used to listen to, as I monikered it, nothing but suicide radio. Like, it was just a matter of time. Like, we were just biding our time. I was depressed. I know I'm not the most chipper creature now, but it was so much worse. And then I decided one day that I'd known about him. I don't know why, but I decided that I was just going to listen to Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I actually heard one Bob Marley song this week.
Bob Marley.
Yeah.
And that's how I cured my depression. Is I spent about 1.5 years of my life where I wouldn't literally listen to nothing but Bob Marley.
I'm trying to think of the one song. I actually heard one Bob Marley song this week.
At the tail end of it, I discovered Dave Matthews Band. So I did start to Dave got me the rest of the way, but Bob did the lion's share of the work. And that was really a conscious decision because Bob made me happy and I needed to be happy, and Bob gave me wisdom and perspective, and I needed those things. And so you guys have heard me talk about Marley before. He's really good for you. It's great music. So that brought me out of depression. And Dave Matthews, again, his songs are deep. There's a lot of meaning there. And he did a great job of pulling me out as well. And it is tough, man. It is fucking sad, but it's also what you make of it. So, which is funny. I don't know what Christmas song this is, because I listen to Christmas stuff all over the place, and I'm going to hop into all Christmas music. Luckily, it's short. But, and oh boy, guys, when I say Christmas music, you're in for a treat. But, because everyone's going to be like, what the fuck do you listen to? But there was a Christmas song, and I can't think of who it was. I almost want to say it was the Pogues, but there was a line, "The Christmas you get, you deserve." And I was like, boy, that is fucking harsh. Yeah. That is not very Christmassy at all. And I thought about it, because I do that. I hear things and I think about them. And after a while, it dawned on me that that line is not harsh at all. And it's simply misunderstood, and I misunderstood it. The Christmas you get, you deserve is absolutely true. And the reason being is it's what you make of it. And, I think you're growing up poor. And, because I grew up poor, yeah. And, don't worry, I'll get over it next life. I'm going to bitch about it until then, okay? But be that as it may, one birthday, my sister's, oh, goddamn, this is a fucking perfect segue before we even get to my Christmas music. We're going to talk about our new section. Oh. I like to do this crazy thing we'll talk about in a minute, but it's called reading. And I actually like to do it as a kid, too. Go figure. I was a big fan of Choose Your Own Adventure books because you know why? They're fucking awesome.
I read those too. I actually read voraciously when I was young.
Not kidding. Got 2 upstairs. So if you want to borrow one, remember, get back on the bike. I'll help you, buddy. I'll hold your seat.
Mine was Dungeons and Dragons ones though.
Absolutely, yeah.
Really?
Oh, entirely, yeah.
God, we grew up the same era.
And they're actually fairly lame too. But be that as it may, like they all were like completely nonviolent. And I was like, you do not play the game the way I do. But Jesus. But be that as it may, my sisters. my sister Sherry especially, but I believe my sister Sandy was in on it as well. So look at that. It just made my whole family celebrities. They were, they bought me a couple books, and because we had no money. And so they managed to get some money and buy me a couple books. And so I woke up on my birthday, and those two were there, and they basically, instead of handing me anything, they handed me a clue. And it was just some dumb clue on like where to go to find the next clue. And I went on this scavenger hunt that lasted, memory serves, I mean, I don't know if it does or not, but it lasted me a while. I want to say a couple hours of me hunting down different clues and what the fuck could this one mean, and then getting to the next one. And, and occasionally by the time I got to the end of the trail, I discovered a few books along the way. I'd had in my presence. And honestly, it was one of the best birthdays I remember to this day. And, it cost a whole $4, maybe, but it was the time and effort that was put into it that made it special, which brings me back to the line, the Christmas you get, you deserve, is not, in fact, a harsh line. It fucking sounds it, though. It's simply, you don't need anything. It has nothing to do with that. If you have kids, your kids want your time. They don't, yes, they want the Xbox, and they want the Kung Fu grip, and they want all that stuff. But what they want more than anything is they want to spend time with you. And, that's what matters, basically, at the end of the day. It's not that latest, greatest toy. It's not whatever all the kids on the other blocks have. Not to mention, it kind of probably sucks anyway, quite frankly, And it's one of those things. Most of the stuff I'd yearned for as a kid that I didn't have, it just didn't matter. That's not like me being old and bitter, those grapes are sour anyway. No, it's just, it didn't matter. It just didn't matter. But anyway, I bring that up again to say, it's all what you make of it. I've had to reset myself, actually, at Christmas because I try to celebrate the shit out of Christmas. Yes, I know, minor problem of not Catholic or Christian or don't believe in Catholicism, but that aside, big fan of Christmas.
Well, Christmas you believe in?
I believe in Christmas entirely, yeah. Just, the whole Birth of Christ thing, not so much.
No, but I believe in Christmas, too.
Yeah, exactly. But have you ever had to remind yourself, like, I love this holiday, and I've had to stop and be like, wait, I want to wrap these presents. I don't have to wrap these presents, or I don't have to decorate this tree. This is not a to-do list item. This is something that I should be celebrating. This is a celebration of sorts. And yes, I'm not celebrating the traditional. I don't wake up on Christmas and say, Happy Birthday, Jesus, which is actually a lie I entirely do almost every year of my life. But unfortunately, I'm mocking everybody when I do it because I'm an asshole. But be that as it may.
His birthday's probably closer in June anyway.
Exactly. It's April. I know.
April? Is it April?
I think
April or June. I thought it was June.
Somewhere in spring.
Yeah.
But be that as it may, it's honestly, to me, it's all we're afraid the sun's never coming up again. I really think it has to do with that.
Are you sure it won't come up tomorrow?
Well,
the sun will come up
it'll
tomorrow.
come out tomorrow.
Come out tomorrow? That was close. I don't know lyrics as much as paraphrase them.
You shouldn't be betting anything. Certainly not your bottom dollar. But,
wow.
Wow.
I'm still well. You threw out a challenge earlier about the topping the whole farting in the pillow, so I've been trying.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Well, anyway, the whole thing with me too. Anyways, we were talking about this. My wife and I. My embarrassment gene is completely broken. I'll talk about damn near anything, but God forbid it's like, hey, you did a good job. I will turn 12 shades of red. It's like, don't talk about me.
You're really good at this, man.
No, that's funny. That is absolutely hysterical. So, before I get into the Christmas music,
you get the podcast you deserve.
Let's music is healing. I'm going to write that down there
yes.
too, because I tend to start Christmas music way early anyway, because my Christmas music sounds honestly what I envision a church sounding like, but I don't really know because I go for weddings and funerals. So I have no idea what church sounds like, but I hope it sounds like this. But before we even get to that, books. You talked about books, and you'd asked, what are you reading? You'd asked me that, which is, well, let me ask you, what are you reading? Are you reading something? What made you bring that up?
Oh, it was like a season 2 kind of thought of mine where I haven't read anything, no.
Okay, gotcha.
No, but I suggested, and you properly laughed, that
I did.
that I would like to add another segment about what are you reading, but not because, yes, I'm curious about what you're reading, and we can talk about that as well. Not that we need more things to talk about,
Clearly.
but I want to read more because seriously,
Yeah.
I was a voracious reader at one point into video games. So
That's awesome.
I want to return to that because I think I'll be better for me spiritually. I won't be staying up to 4 a.m.
I was going to say, it's how I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Well,
What happened, and this is the truth. Here's the truth. I'll lay some truth on you.
oh boy.
I read a study that if you constantly don't get enough sleep, it causes a mental condition that has been documented. That is, you will get bad thoughts and you can't push them away.
Nice.
So I'm like, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
I want to make a decision.
Will say this, and it's constant battle. Life is easier on a cycle.
Yeah.
A constant cycle. Like, meaning if you can thereabouts, give or take a half an hour, I'll say, go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time, life does get easier.
Yeah.
You will break your own rules because life just doesn't confine itself to a schedule for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But you will find that repetition makes it much easier, and you will find other funny things that I call them funny, but they're actually annoying. Like, I wake up a little after 6:15, one of those.
I do not.
And it sucks sometimes because I tend to wake up now a little after 6, no matter when I go to bed. That's just when my body's like, oh, time to wake up, because that's my cycle. But yes, to point, I don't stay up till 4 in the morning. I go to bed at 9:30.
I do not.
I'm an old man. And I go to bed, and it's funny because Mickles will make fun of me. Sometimes I even go to bed at 9.
Wow.
And I go to bed and I read. And first of all, I'm the slowest reader. Like, you would seriously think I'm joking. Like, it's not actually possible to actually be literate and read as slowly as I do, and yet I find a way.
Yeah.
But when I go to bed and read, I read either till certainly not 4 o'clock in the morning, but there's certainly been times I've looked up and it's been midnight and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Or I read like, ooh, look, there's a word. I mean, it's just more often than not, I wake up with the book in my hand and I say, oh, I guess I'm sleeping. And then I put the book down.
Yeah, because that's what I want. I want to get to more of a routine. And when I used to read, which I used to read, I'm not talking about when I was a child. When I was in my early 30s,
I just bust your balls, dude.
I know. I used to read all the time. I really did. And I would go to bed at those times. I would go to bed at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And I would read, and I'd generally read and probably get sleepy by midnight.
Yeah.
And that'll be far healthier, even at midnight,
Absolutely.
than what I do now.
Absolutely. And honestly, you're going to find it's based on the material more than anything.
Yeah.
If you're reading something that's like humdrum, you're going to,
Yeah.
you know, and if you're tired, you're going to fall asleep.
I've read all the Harry Potter books.
But if you're reading a great book, man, you're just not going to be able to fall asleep no matter what.
It depends. But that used to be a trigger where I would read it, I would get sleepy, while I was reading it, not because it was boring, but because just the nature of reading, your body knows it's time.
Yeah, I agreed. It relaxes you even if you're not sleeping. Well,
yeah. So that was my motivation. I didn't really mean to bring that up, but it's because I was like, oh, you know what? I want to start if we start talking about books, like a book segment, what we're reading on the show, season 2,
Do audiobooks count?
Oh, please, yes. No, I'll actually read books.
In that case, I'm reading a book and I've listened to an audiobook very recently. So I'm reading a book that I've been reading for a long time, and unfortunately, I'm really starting to, this book might prove it, but I'm really starting to come to a conclusion that I am a sexist reader. I do not like girl authors. And my reasoning is pretty profound. They write like girls. It's the only way I can describe it. They see the world differently than we do. Yeah. And because of that, they describe the world differently than we do. And as it turns out, we don't care about the same shit. Yeah. So I'm really starting to think that I am a sexist reader, which is not my intent, but it's really working out that way. Because the book I'm reading now is, in fact, written by a woman. She has a name. In fact, she probably has 2 of them, like a first one and a last name, and no idea what they are. The name of the book, however, is Original Sin. It's, I believe Sin is S-Y-N. It's about basically androids. And so far, you got your original people, i.e. humans, and then one day they figure out how to basically upload consciousness and more or less become more mortal. So you got the whole Now you got the synthetic people, the Sins, and you got the originals. And they pretty much pick up the story where, like, the original humans are almost dead. Like, there's almost none of them. Yeah. And honestly, the Sins are just waiting. Yeah. They're like, we live forever. We'll just wait you out. Yeah. You just die on your own time. We're not going anywhere. Interesting. It's curious to see where they're going. I do read sci-fi anyway, so I do like that. And I like that we as a culture are really starting to tackle some problems. And boy, Kitty on the chair, needing me. We're starting to tackle some problems as a society that are interesting to me. Like sci-fi leads the way. But we're starting to handle things like the whole Turing test. Like, when does a machine become a human being? What dictates a soul? What makes you human? Yeah. And, you know, there's a lot of that trope going around, and this is just another variant. You're a human being. We'll prove it. You know, and I'm going to be horrible at that, and it bumps me out because we're probably going to see it in our lifetime. Like, I'm probably going to get into a fight because somebody's going to be mean to the robot. And I understand what I'm saying. That's a inanimate being that's programmed with an artificial intelligence that's literally just made up of ones and zeros. But it's going to be similar enough to a human consciousness to where I'm going to empathize with it. And so when you hit it, I'm going to hit you. Yeah. That's basically what it boils down to. And then I'm going to be arrested because you didn't break the law by hitting your robot because your robot doesn't care, but I do. And, you know, these are future problems, but these are things that, you know, they're fun to think about. So interesting where it's going. They're doing the Romeo Juliet bit, you know, human boy, synthetic girl.
Montague.
You know, so yeah, exactly. So it'll be interesting see where it goes. But not loving it, honestly. I'm kind of choking it down. But somewhere along the lines, I don't know. When I start reading a book, I swear, like on page 2, I'm like, well, I've invested this much. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm like.
I've actually quit a book halfway through.
I have a few. We talked about Stephen King earlier. I have quit a Stephen King book.
Mine, I wasn't. It was actually Wicked, which became an awesome play.
It was a musical. Great play.
But the book, unreadable.
I believe it.
Unreadable.
I don't know what made you want to read that to begin with, but yeah.
Well, I was going to go see the play. I'm like, let me read the book. So I got halfway through it. I'm like, this guy cannot write himself out of paper bag.
Oh,
it was
Philip
terrible.
K. Douchebag, as I call him, but Philip K. Dick, amazing. Yeah. Amazing creativity. Can't spit out the story to save his fucking life. Oh.
Well, actually, Blade Runner was pretty much the whole point of the beginning of the movie was a Turing test. See if you're human.
Exactly. But I mean, like Blade Runner, I mean, there's just so many of the guy was a genius, amazing, but boy, couldn't spit it out to save his fucking life. He had like he had like a written stutter almost. It's like, just spit it out, dude.
I think of a man and I remove reason and accountability.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Sorry, that's another.
Okay, so
you know what you should do? You should I probably recommend this to you before, but you should either watch a playthrough or I think it was a free game on the PS4, Detroit Becoming Human, or I could bring over the game. Because one, you're pretty much playing a movie that has decision trees.
Okay.
So it is like Pick Your Path book, because there was like I don't know how many different endings, but basically the whole point of it is robots that have started to develop feelings and
absolutely.
And there's like a you can have a revolution in the game, kind of, stop treating us like crap.
It's absolutely inevitable.
Yeah. So I thought it was entertaining. So if they ever turn this game into a movie, it'd be excellent. But since the game looks like you're watching a movie, it's almost there. I
have to say, iRobot, Big Willie, shut up.
Actually, I like that movie.
They didn't entirely fuck it up. Yeah.
No.
And it's just something. It breaks my heart when I see all the robots huddled together in the storage crate.
Yeah, it's tough. And they'd use Isaac Asimov's 3 rules of robotics.
Everybody agrees with. You realize U.S. Robotics? You remember U.S. Robotics modems?
Yeah, they made modems,
That U.S. Robotics named themselves after Asimov. Asimov made U.S. Robotics. Like, it wasn't really a thing. They just named it that because Asimov's fucking awesome. Yeah. And seriously, if you're trying to read Asimov for the first time,
he's tough.
And you're starting with Foundation and you're saying all these people are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor. You got to look up online what the order to read the books is, because it's pure lunacy. The man wrote this series over the course of his fucking lifetime, and you don't read them in order. And if you want to get the best bang for your buck, there's literally a guide on what order to read them, and I think you'll never do it, but it's like 9 books, and it's great.
I could. I'm trying to turn a new leaf over next year. This is
my negative reinforcement.
Yeah.
You can't do it?
Oh, that doesn't work with me.
That entirely works with you. Whenever I tell you you can't do something in a game, you turn around and whoop my ass.
Okay, maybe it does work.
It entirely works because you're like, I'll fucking show you.
I will show you.
Yeah, I know it works.
I will destroy you. Exactly. Well, I'm trying to use my own psychology on you. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No.
Well, you're talking about music, and it's healing. So, oh shit! Yeah. Sorry, second book.
Oh, you have 2 books.
This is I read it, I listen to it, I watch it annually. I listen to the
Grinch Stole Christmas.
That actually, I don't catch it every year, but that's almost right. Almost right.
The Boris Karloff version.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got a Tim Curry narrated version.
Oh,
it's fucking awesome.
I've never. Okay,
I
didn't know
also got
a
Patrick Stewart narrated. I've got a Christmas Carol fetish. I'm just gonna come right out with it. I use the word fetish for lack of a better word. I love the Christmas Carol. I even know why I love the Christmas Carol because it's blatantly fucking obvious. Yeah. All I can say is they haven't shown up yet, so fuck all y'all. That's it. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah. But yeah, I do love the Christmas Carol. I'm waiting for him to show any day now. Yeah. And
you're not Grinchy enough.
I need my reclamation. That's basically it. It's what the Ghost of Christmas Present says. Why he asks, "Why are you here?" And your reclamation is one of the things she says, and I fucking love it. But that book is a masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece. I love everything about it.
I still say hands down the best movie version of that is Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Really? I've never made it through it. I've tried to watch it, but I've never made it through it.
Oh, I like the movie.
Oh, do you? I'll have to try it.
Yeah. Maybe after all these years, maybe give it another go because it's a pretty good movie. I tease that it's the best movie ever.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But it was. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
I'd say Patton's version. George C. Scott.
Patton, yeah.
Patton with Sark.
You ever watched Patton?
Yes,
genius
million years ago. But I mean. I know I've seen it. I couldn't tell you.
Great movie.
I think it was
Patton
about a general.
Yeah, Patton was nuts. And I swear, if you watch that movie, you're like, yeah, this great general died because of a Jeep accident. Yeah, they did it on purpose.
Oh, the guy was a jerk. Yeah, I knew that. He was a real, They
couldn't handle him if he made back to the States.
Piece of work. Yeah.
Anyway, George C. Scott.
But
Patton.
I mean, that's the thing. Patton is Scrooge and Sark is fucking Cratchit.
Yeah.
So it's all-star cast when you think about it.
Yeah.
But I love that whole Dickens.
Sark. That's from Tron.
Yeah, entirely.
That's awesome. David Warner.
It's awesome. No, his name's Sark.
I love David Warner. I do like
MCP.
him a lot.
I know all about him.
Yeah, MCP. Sark.
Jesus. Phenomenal stuff. But I tend to absorb that numerous times throughout the Christmas season. But Christmas music, I will use for healing purposes. It is healing to my soul is the best way I can say it. And quite frankly, I think I do mock religion because I mock everything. I don't try to mock religion, though, in all honesty. I'm simply jealous. That's the best way I can say it. I'm purely envious. I don't believe you. I don't believe it. I don't believe any of it. And I wish I fucking did. That's basically the gist of it. So when I'm mocking, it's pure envy. Just for clarity's sake. That is sour grapes. Yeah. But I just can't buy it. That being said, let me confuse the shit out of all of you.
Yes. By celebrating the Christmas season.
I know more about Christianity than the majority of Christians I've met. But Handel's Messiah is, not for nothing, the dude wrote a song for God. That's basically what it boils down to. Yeah. When you get right down to the nitty gritty, he wrote a song that is worthy of God. And you know what? I think he made one. And that's no easy task. I think everybody and their grandmother heard the Hallelujah chorus. Every choir, everybody. But the whole thing is stellar. And I have to say, I'm not a man that is easily surprised. I'm always working the angles, always looking at everything from 30 different directions. And Mickles surprised me one year. And she said, you know what, we're going somewhere. And I'm like, I'm not going to like this. It involves leaving the house. Yeah. And we started driving, and me being me, I'd already puzzled together. I'm like, holy shit, we might be going to see a rendition of Handel's Messiah. And the reason I puzzled together is, what could I possibly like leaving the house for, and why would we be going to a church? Oh. Shit you not, no joke. You can ask Mickles after the show. We walk into the church, thunder, clear blue fucking sky. Shit you not. Walk into church, thunder.
God noticed. And he doesn't believe in God.
He grumbled a little.
Yeah, he's like, he doesn't believe. And I'm going to let him know that I know.
Yeah,
that I know,
like,
that he knows that I know.
Exactly.
That he
I'm
knows.
fucking watching you. I
Yes.
know you don't believe in me.
Yes.
Fucking watching you.
He's like, you're lucky there's other people around
Yeah.
you right now. Otherwise, this thunder was for you.
Lucky, smart man. Surround yourself by innocence. And that's what I did.
Yes. Yeah, I think God's going to shoot you some lightning there.
And we saw a performance of Handel's Messiah, and it was the best one I've seen to date, to be honest with you. It was professional performers, and it was fucking phenomenal. And I liked Handel's Messiah before then. I don't even know when I fell in love with Handel's Messiah, but I mean, it's fucking amazing. Honestly, it starts strong and gets weaker, to be honest with you. I love everything from the first note right on through. Around the Hallelujah chorus is where I start to lose interest, to be honest with you. And then it just kind of fades. And nobody ever plays the third part anyway, which is for spring, so most people don't know it exists, so you don't have to worry about that. But that, believe me, the first note to Hallelujah chorus, there's a lot of ground there. In fact, there's an intermission usually before you hit that. And it is just some of the best music I've ever heard. It is absolutely amazing. And if those of you are absolutely unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, believe me, I was there. You may not dig it. I'll throw it right out there. If you don't like classical music, if it doesn't move you, if it literally doesn't touch you, because that's what this was designed to do. I mean, the love of the Lord has spoken to me. It's designed to touch you. If this music,
That's why it's in church.
yeah, if you hear this music and it does nothing to you, it's not going to. You know, all I can think is fucking Pretty Woman, you know, the whole opera definition. You hear it and you either fucking are like, wow, that is amazing and it touched me, or you're like, that sucks, stop making that clatter.
Yeah.
But if you just Google, I mean, that's the beauty of internet. Google, I found one that it's, honestly, I listen to as many different versions as I can hear, and I have my favorites. This is not my favorite, but it's a good one. G.F. Handel Messiah HWV56. Literally says fantastic performance in parentheses. Fantastic performance. Check it out. Yeah. And I'm not kidding, man. It's just unbelievable. And, you know, I got to say two things about it. One, you need a good sound system. Like, I was playing a little bit of Christmas music through our laptops, because we have the same model. It doesn't do it justice. Then I busted out the other one, that fucking THQ or whatever that
THX.
Jesus.
Nerd. That's a George Lucas company, by the way.
It's unbelievable. That thing makes me believe in God when I hear it.
Logitech
that's
THX.
Such a good sound system. It wasn't even that much money, but seriously, the sound quality on it is superb.
Anything with THX on it is always going to be good.
It is just amazing. Yeah, it really, and you play classical music on that, and it's just wow. But if somebody is somehow listening and they're intimately familiar with Handel's Messiah, one, good on you, man. Hope to see you one day. But two is Hallelujah Choir has the French horn in it, specifically 3 notes, and it might actually be a few more notes, but there's this one spot in that where you hear the French horn quite distinctly, and it's honestly something I look forward to, as dumb as that sounds, because French horn it's a very powerful weapon to be used very delicately and very sparingly, but when used correctly, it is awesome. And we went to see a live performance of it, and somehow they fucked that up. And to me, it was like the time I went to Starbucks, and I shit you not, folks, they said we're out of coffee. And I looked at the girl, and I said, you had one thing to do. Your fucking coffee shop. You had one thing to do. You got to make the coffee.
Yeah.
They gave me a gift card for a free coffee. Huh. But anyway, yeah, they fucked up the French horn. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, again, this is, if you're not into Handel's Messiah, you're probably going to hate the rest of my recommendations all the same. But again, if you're looking to try something new, I highly recommend it. I mean, this stuff, literally, I love it. So if I had to pick one of my favorite, I have a lot of favorites, but one of my favorites is this whole album, actually. It's this Christmas Adagios album, it's called. And when you look it up, there's a few of them, actually. But one has this, like, it either has this kind of New England-y looking village with a Christmas tree, or it has this house that's all covered in snow and decorated. Both snowy scenes. Those are the albums I'm talking about, not the one with a little kid on it, if you're Googling this stuff. But anyway, In Dulce Jubilo. It's Latin for...
Ice cream sandwich?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm pretty sure it's ice cream sandwich.
I don't know. It's something about rejoicing. It's basically the loose English translation is "Good Christian men rejoice," I believe. But the Bach choir version of that, seriously, that you almost make me a believer with that shit. So seriously, and Dulce Jubilo Bach choir is one of my favorite. While Shepherds Watch Their Flock by Night is actually also that is one of my favorites, but I can't think of right now who does that in such a weird fucking version that I'll have to I might have to get back to people next Christmas on that one because that's such a weird one. But are you looking stuff up?
In Dulce Jubilo or On Horseback?
On Horseback? No, I don't think that's quite right. In His Sweetness or something like that. I'm not certain you're looking at the right thing, my friend.
Is that what it in Dulce Jubilo?
Yeah, that's correct, but that's not correct. Like those are the right letters in the right order, but not the right thing.
Latin for in sweet. I knew it was dessert.
In sweet rejoice?
Rejoicing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I knew it was dessert. Ice cream sandwich was closer than On Horseback.
That's funny. Yeah, On Horseback wasn't anywhere near there.
I don't know what that is. I'd love the internet.
So, Baroque music in general, Baroque Christmas music is just wow.
Well, you know what they say. If it isn't Baroque, don't fix it.
I
You're
knew,
shaking your head.
I already knew. Mile and a half down that road with you.
If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it.
I have one more, but somebody had sent me a list of things that apparently my reputation precedes me, but I'm working with this new team, and this guy said, Sean, this list of things made me think of you, and he sent me this list of things, and honestly, they were all just kind of asinine, and honestly, I swear I've said some of these things before, but one of them was an age-old classic that, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was, if someone's mad at you, walk a mile in their shoes. That way, if they're still mad at you, they're a mile away, and you have their shoes.
That's
just some good advice.
This is true.
But anyway, kitties are attacking. Well, luckily we're almost done. This one is such. This first of all, it's not even Anne. It's Anne Sophie von Otter is her name. She just unfucking believable talent. This girl can. When I say this girl can sing, it's holy shit. This girl can sing. Unfucking believable. But she does a song called "Tomorrow Shall Be My Dancing Day," and I'll put it this way: I've heard that song a lot. When I heard her version of it, I didn't even know it was the same song. I didn't know I'd ever even heard the song before. And she just took a song and made it so uniquely hers, or at least I've never heard a rendition quite like hers, and it blows me away. And it's very cheery, and it's definitely unorthodox, and she uses the word betwixt, which, seriously, when the fuck's the last time you heard the word betwixt?
Yeah. What's betwixt mean? Like confused or?
Yeah, just that's my understanding.
Bewildered?
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
kind of like indecisive, I want to say.
Yes, can't decide. Yeah, it sounds like indecisive. Sounds right. Can you use it in a sentence?
No, I can't actually. I can't use anything. Seriously, that's what I love about my Kindle, because you get to look up anything.
I'll just hold that.
Telling you, I will look up like really complex words or even betwixt, and then I'll look up the. But what the fuck does the mean?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
could be Latin for pretzel for all I know.
That's awesome. Well, do you have anything else before I get into our kind of land the plane segment?
I'm good with landing. I do want to thank people.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was my land the plane section. So first and foremost, actually, I have a lot of thank yous. So do you have any thank yous you want to throw out there first?
I have to thank my mom.
Of course.
She's been my biggest supporter, our biggest supporter.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm preloading, running your coattails, but Audrey, sincerely, thank you. Appreciate all the support. Absolutely. I was going to follow that vein anyway, and even though they're not as fiscally supportive, our wives.
Yeah, they're supportive in small ways.
But
they leave us alone. They don't yell at us.
Yeah, no, they do a lot. They suffer a lot to allow us to do this, quite frankly, because it is quite the inconvenience for them. And I know it wouldn't seem like it, but believe me, it is. And so just in general, I want to thank our wives, our family, and ultimately, I want to say thank you to you, all of our friends, all of our listeners out there. Merry Christmas is my choice of words because fuck BC, but If you're celebrating Hanukkah, great, good, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa,
Yeah.
happy whatever it is you celebrate.
Yeah.
If you're celebrating, let's be pagans, people against good and normalcy, and put a Christmas tree up, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Whatever you're celebrating, because again, I am not Christian. I do not hold those beliefs, but I cherish this time of year, and I think they're onto something. So whether that's your God or not, I think we can all agree. It would be awesome if we could all just be kind to one another all the time. But let's face it, that's too lofty a goal. Let's just baby step our way there. So can we settle for one time of the year?
That's why I think this is an important holiday, not because of the Christianity portion of it, but the fact that people are reminded, oh, by the way, you got to do nice things for people, get more giving, you know, donate time, money to, charities and, give back.
Exactly. Life is hard. I mean, it's one of the things. Life is hard. It always is hard. And I certainly hope you're one of those that looks at your life and says, man, my life was so hard. And instead of saying, that's why everyone else should suffer, I hope you're one of those that looks at your life and says, boy, that was hard. I hope no one else has to go through that.
Yeah.
And you do whatever it is. And to your point, honestly, I'm bad with my time. I tend to throw money at the problem, but whatever you can do, whatever you can give, and honestly, wherever you give it, it's probably, if you have the means, it's a nice thing to do, and it's a good time of year to do it.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
I believe in it very much.
Yeah.
To give back.
Exactly. So, sincerely, though, happy holidays to everybody. A Merry Christmas if that's your thing. And whatever your thing is, I hope it's joyous. And I hope, we make it through this year, buddy. And I hope the 2021 is bountiful for all.
Yeah. January 20th can't come quick enough.
It really can't. Yeah. So we shall see. But good luck to us all. And again, happy holidays.
And to all, a good night.
So with that, then this is Sean.
And this is Kevin.
This is the one other thing.
Good night, and see you next year.
See you, folks. Oh, I fucked up our ending.
It still worked.
It was a bonus.
Bonus.